ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணி தமிழ்நாடு ஃபுல்லாக அந்த ஈவெண்ட் வந்து அதில் ஒரு 250 மெம்பர்ஸ் வந்து 2 days பிஃபோர் நம்ம நிப்டமில் பண்ணோம். தேங்க்ஸ் ஃபார் டீன் சார், வெங்கட் சார் மிகப்பெரிய தேங்க்யூ இருக்கு. ஸோ அந்த அக்ரியன் புத்தகத்தில் வந்து மெயினாக வந்து அக்ரியன் புத்தகம் வந்து தஞ்சாவூர் மட்டும் இல்லை தமிழ்நாடு ஃபுல்லாக இருக்காங்க ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணி எடுத்து வந்தாங்க. இப்போ நம்ம ரீசெண்டாக இருக்க சர்வே படி இங்கே கவர்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் தமிழ்நாடு இங்கே ரீசெண்டாக இருக்க சர்வே படி ஸ்டார்ட் அப்ஸ் இங்கே யார் ஜாஸ்தி இருக்காங்கன்னா தட் இஸ் ஐடி செக்டர். ஸோ மெயினாக வந்து அவங்க தான் தஞ்சாவூரை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் தட் இஸ் கார்பரேட் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ் ஐடி இஸ் அ மேஜர் திங். செகண்ட் இஸ் ஹெல்த் கேர் மேஜர் அப்புறம் தான் அக்ரியன் டெக். ஸோ ஐடி இஸ் பூமிங். ஐடி இஸ் ஸோ உங்கள் ஸ்பேஸ் டெக் இஸ் ஒன் ஆஃப் த பார்ட் ஆஃப் தட். அதான் வந்து இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் பண்ணுறீங்க ரெடியாக இருக்கும். ரீசெண்டாக யார் ஸ்பேஸ் கேள்விப்பட்டு போயிங்க. தெர் இஸ் அ ஸ்டார்ட் அப் இங்கே வந்து ஒரு ரெகனைஸ் பண்ண யார் ஸ்பேஸ். ரீசெண்டாக நம்ம ஸ்ரீதர் வேம்பு சார் ஜோவோ கேள்விப்பட்டு போயிங்க. அவங்க இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் ஸோ அதே மாதிரி இந்த ஃப்ரீடம் ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் நம்ம ஸ்டார்ட் அப் வந்து செலக்ட் ஆயிருக்காங்க. ஃப்ரீடம் ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் இங்க இருந்து வந்து கெப்பாசிட்டி அந்த ஒரு கெப்பாசிட்டி வந்து இங்க இருந்து பண்ண முடியும். ஒரு தஞ்சாவூர் வந்து நம்ம பண்ண முடியும் சொல்லி ப்ரூவ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. ஃபியூச்சர்ல வந்து யார் ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் மேபி வித்தின் 5 years we have expect more. ஃப்ரீடம் ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் வந்து அடுத்த லெவல் கொண்டு போய் இங்க இருந்து நிறைய ஸ்டார்ட் அப்ஸ் ஆல்மோஸ்ட் தஞ்சாவூர் இந்தியாவில இருந்தும் இந்த சரௌண்டிங் நிறைய பேர் வந்துருப்பீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இங்க இருந்து நிறைய ஸ்பேஸ் ரிலேட்டடா ஏரோஸ்பேஸ், ஏவியேஷன், ஏரோநாட்டிக்ஸ் ரிலேட்டடா நிறைய ஸ்டார்ட் வந்து எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்றோம். ஸ்பேஸ் டெக் பத்தி எனக்கு எவ்வளவு இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் தெரியாது ஆக்சுவலா வந்து. And we have to focus on space tech, aerospace. So மெயினா வந்து ரீசெண்டா கூட நம்ம ஜூலைல வந்து லான்ச் பண்ணிருப்பாங்க. சார் சொல்லிருப்பாருப்பா நம்ம குழந்தைகள் படத்துல வந்து வானம்ன்ற ஒரு ஸ்பேஸ் டெக் ஆக்சிலேட்டர் வந்து லான்ச் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. ஸோ இது வந்து நம்ம இங்க ஆனரபிள் மினிஸ்டர், இண்டஸ்ட்ரி மினிஸ்டர் டிஆர்டி சார் வந்து அந்த லான்ச் பண்ணி கொடுத்தாங்க. ஜூலை லான்ச் பண்ண லாஸ்ட் இயர் ஜூலை 31st ரைட் சார். ஜூலை 31st லான்ச் பண்ணோம். இஸ்ரோ பார்ட் ஆஃப் தட், நம்பி சார் பார்ட் ஆஃப் தட் பண்ணி அதை இனிஷியேட் பண்ணாங்க. ஸோ கிட்டத்தட்ட 950 crores வந்து இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். ஸோ 2 yearsல வந்து ஒரு ராக்கெட் லான்ச் பேட், செகண்ட் ராக்கெட் லான்ச் பேட் வந்து அவங்க கொண்டு வர ப்ரோஸ் பண்ணல. மெயினா வந்து இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு இனோவேஷன். ஸோ மெயின் எதுக்காக நாங்கள் வந்து ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸை ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணுவோம். ஸோ ஒய் இஸ் ஈவென்ட் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா வந்து ஸோ வி ஹேவ் டு ஃபோக்கஸ் ஆன் ரிசர்ச் டு கமர்ஷியலைசேஷன். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி இனிஷியேஷன் ஆக்சுவலாக வந்து ஒரு பாஸ்ட் ஒரு 6 months to 1 year வந்து வி ஹேவ் டு ஃபோக்கஸ் ஆன் யூனிவர்சிட்டிஸ்ல வந்து மேக்ஸிமம் நிறைய ரிசர்ச் இருக்கும். ஈவன் ஃபேக்கல்டி ஆல்சோ டூயிங் ரைட். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ரிசர்ச் வந்து ஜஸ்ட் அந்த ஒரு ரிசர்ச் ஓரியன்டாவே போயிட்டு இருக்கு. தட் இஸ் ஒன்லி ஃபார் பப்ளிகேஷன் பர்பஸ் காண்டி தான் போயிட்டு இருக்கு. ஆல்மோஸ்ட் ஆல் ஆஃப் தம் நோ தட். ஸோ ரீசனாக அனாலிஸ்டி வந்து இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஃபைட் பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க. ஸோ மெயினாக ரிசர்ச் வந்து எல்லாமே கமர்ஷியலைஸ் பண்ண முடியாது ஆக்சுவலாக வந்து. ஸோ மெயினாக அந்த ரிசர்ச் எல்லாமே கமர்ஷியல்னா தட் இஸ் குவைட் நம்ம தமிழ்நாடு மாதிரி வேறு எந்த ஸ்டேட்டும் போயிருக்க முடியாது அப்படின்ற மாதிரி ஒரு சர்வே போட்டிருந்தாங்க. ஏன்னா ஆல்மோஸ்ட் மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த ரிசர்ச் கேண்டிடேட்ஸ் ஃப்ரம் தமிழ்நாடு ஒன்லி. ஸோ அனாலிஸ்டி வந்து ஆக்சுவலாக வந்து ரெகனைஸ் பண்ணது அதுக்காண்டி தான். டாப் அந்த லிஸ்ட்ல வந்து அனாலிசிஸ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் திங் ரைட். அனாலிசிஸ் சென்னை இஸ் த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் திங். ஐ திங்க் மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த ஃபேக்கல்டிஸ் ஆர் தட். ஸோ இங்க இருக்க ரிசர்ச் வந்து எல்லாமே கமர்ஷியலைஸ் பண்ணணும். ஸோ அதான் தட்ஸ் த மேஜர் திங். ஆக்சுவலாக ஒரு லாஸ்ட் 2 weeks பிஃபோர் திருவாரூர் சென்ட்ரல் யூனிவர்சிட்டியில வந்து மேஜர் அந்த பயோடெக், மைக்ரோபயாலஜி, இந்த மாதிரி மைக்ரோபயாலஜி டெக்னாலஜி. ஸோ அங்கே ஒரு சென்டரே இருக்கு. அந்த சென்டர் வந்து ரிசர்ச் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. பட் ஒன்லி பேட்டர்ன் ஒன்லி, நாட் பை கமர்ஷியலைஸ் ஒன். ஸோ வி நீட் கமர்ஷியலைஸ் தட் திங். ஸோ அதை கமர்ஷியலைஸ் பண்ணுறது வி நீட் சப்போர்ட். ஸோ அதுக்கு இன்வெஸ்டர்ஸ் வந்து கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 209 இன்வெஸ்டர்ஸ் வந்து ஆன்போர்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். தட் இஸ் நாட் ஒன்லி இன் தமிழ்நாடு. வி ஹேவ் இன்வெஸ்டட் ஃப்ரம் குளோபல் லெவல்ல இந்த தமிழ் டயஸ்போரா இருப்பாங்க. அவங்க எல்லாத்தையுமே வந்து இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ண வச்சு அதுக்கு வந்து மெயினாக ரிசர்ச் கமர்ஷியலைசேஷன் அவங்க கேட்கறது அதான். ஸோ ரீசன்ட் டெக்னாலஜி தட் இஸ் கமர்ஷியலைஸ் நவ். அது எங்க இருக்குன்னு தேடுங்க. ஸோ மெயின்லி வந்து ஒரு ரிசர்ச் வந்து ஒரு பேப்பரா இல்லாம we need some products. There's going to be process and this is going to be reached for customer. So கஸ்டமருக்கு வந்து யூசபிள் மாடலா மாறணும். இது மூலமா வந்து ஒரு எம்ப்ளாய்மெண்ட் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி கிரியேட் பண்ணணும். இது ஒரு ஸ்கேலபிள் மாடலா மாற்றணும். இது ஒரு யூனிக் பிளாட்ஃபார்ம் இருக்குன்னு சொல்லி we have to approach it. ஸோ இதுதான் வந்து we have to focus on $1 trillion economy. அதை ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணி போகுது. தட் இஸ் 2030 டெஃபினெட்லி we have to achieve. So before அதுக்கு முன்னாடி நாங்கள் அச்சீவ் பண்ணிடுவோம். ஸோ அதான் நம்மளோட மாண்பு முதல்வரோட கனவு. அதை நோக்கி தான் இங்கே அமெரிக்கா பயணம் அவர் போயிருக்காங்க. இப்போ நிறைய பேர் தெரிஞ்சிருக்கோம். ஸோ அதை வந்து ஸோ மெயினா இப்போ ஒரு நார்த் இந்தியாவை பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கிட்டத்தட்ட வந்து ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு இன்குபேஷன் சென்டர் மூலமா நிறைய ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வந்து அவங்களோட ரிசர்ச் வந்து கமர்ஷியலைஸ் பண்ணி தட் இஸ் கன்வெர்ட் இன்டு ப்ராடக்ட் அண்ட் கன்வெர்ட் இன்டு கம்பெனி. ஸோ கம்பெனியை ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணி அவங்க ஒரு ஸ்டார்ட் அப் கேட்டகரி வந்து ப்ரொமோட் பண்ணி நெக்ஸ்ட் லெவலில் வந்துட்டு இருக்காங்க. ரீசெண்டாக கூட ஒரு 6.5 மில்லியன் ரைஸ் பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க ஒரு ஸ்டார்ட் அப். ஐ திங்க் கேலக்ஸி ஒரு 2 months பிஃபோர் வந்து கேலக்ஸின்ற ஒரு ஸ்டார்ட் அப் சென்னை பேஸ் ஐஐடி மெட்ராஸ் பேஸ் ஸ்டார்ட் அப் கேலக்ஸின்னு ஒருத்தவங்க 6.5 மில்லியன் ஸ்பெஷல் யூனிவர்சிட்டி வந்து ஒரு இன்வெஸ்டர் இருக்காங்க. ஸ்பெஷல் யூனிவர்சிட்டின்னு சொல்லி இன்வெஸ்டர் இருக்காங்க. அந்த குரூப் வந்து 6.5 மில்லியன். ஸோ ஒரு 2 years பிஃபோர் 2022 ஐ திங்க் 3.5 மில்லியன் ரைஸ் பண்ணாங்க அந்த ஸ்டார்ட் அப். ஸோ இப்போ வந்து அந்த ஸ்டார்ட் அப் வந்து 6.5 மில்லியன் வந்து ஸ்பேஸ் டெக் ஸ்டார்ட் அப் ரைஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. ரைட். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி அதே போல வந்து சேலம் சொல்லியாகும். ஸோ ஒன் ஆஃப் த ஸ்பேஸ் டெக் செக்டார் வந்து சேலம் சோனா இன்குபேஷன் ஆக்சுவலாக வந்து அவங்க பண்ணுது. சோனா இன்குபேஷன் ஆக்சுவலாக வந்து ஒரு 4 to 5 இன்குபேஷன் தான் வந்து இந்த ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் செக்டார் ரிலேட்டடாக இருக்கு. ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் அண்ட் தென் ஸ்பேஸ் ரிலேட்டடாக ஒன் ஆஃப் த இன்குபேஷன் சோனா இன்குபேஷன் தட் இஸ் ப்ரௌட்லி அது வந்து ரொம்ப அப்ரிஷியேட் பண்ணலாம். ஏன்னா சேலத்துல இருந்து ஒரு சார் ரொம்ப சப்போர்ட்டிவா இருக்காரு சார். அண்ட் தென் அந்த மாதிரி இப்போ ஸ்பேஸ் ஒரு இந்தியா எடுத்துக்கோங்க. அதே போல வந்து இங்கே வந்து ஸ்பேஸ் டெக்னாலஜி இன்குபேஷன் வந்து NIT திருச்சியில் இருக்கு. அதே வந்து SRM இன்குபேஷன் அண்ட் இனோவேஷன் அங்கே வந்து ஸ்பேஸ் டெக் இருக்கு. இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய செக்டார் ஸ்பேஸ் டெக் செக்டார் ரிலேட்டடாக வந்து அங்கே இன்குபேஷன் தமிழ்நாட்டில் இருக்கு. ஸோ தமிழ்நாட்டில் கிட்டத்தட்ட வந்து 124 இன்குபேஷன் அது வந்து ப்ராமினன்ட் 5 இன்குபேஷன் வந்து ஸ்பேஸ் டெக்காண்டி இருக்கு. நான் சொன்ன இன்குபேஷன் எல்லாமே. அண்ட் தென் இதுல வந்து சென்டர் ஆஃப் எக்ஸலன்ஸ் இந்த ரீசனாக வந்து சார் கூட மார்னிங் பேசியிருந்தேன். So we have identified some of the college to provide the center of excellence in some of the sectors. So அது பண்ண போறோம். So regarding இங்கே வந்து தஞ்சாவூரை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் மேக்ஸிமம் அக்ரியன் பொறுத்தவரை ஆரம்பத்திலே சொன்னேன் ஐடி வந்து நிறைய இருக்காங்க. ஸோ ஐடி ஸோ எவ்ரிதிங் இஸ் ஐடி. ஸோ எல்லாத்துலேயுமே வந்து ஐடி இல்லாமல் இல்லை. ஸோ இந்த ஸ்பேஸ் டெக்லேயே வந்து தட் இஸ் ஃபுல் ஐடி தான் இருக்கு. இங்கே வந்து ஒரு ஸ்பேஸ் டெக் ஒரு சென்டர் ஆஃப் எக்ஸலன்ஸ் இன்குபேஷன் ஓப்பன் பண்ணா என்ன we have to think about that. That's the platform in this year. So அந்த பிளாட்ஃபார்ம் இந்த ஈவெண்ட் மூலமாக தான் பண்ண முடியும். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி ஈவெண்ட்ஸ் ஸோ இப்போ IEI மூலமா IEEE மூலமா இந்த ஒரு ஈவெண்ட் பண்றோம். ஸோ ரீசென்ட்லி இன்னும் கொஞ்ச நாள் வந்து IEEE MOU சைனிங் போயிட்டு இருக்கு. இது மூலமா வந்து இங்க ஒரு தஞ்சாவூர் ஹப்ல வந்து ஒரு ஸ்பேஸ் டெக் ரிலேட்டடா தஞ்சாவூர் இனிஷியேட் பண்ணி ஒரு ஸ்பேஸ் டெக் ரிலேட்டட் ஒரு சென்டர் ஆஃப் எக்ஸலன்ஸ் ஹப் ஒரு செக்டார் வந்து இங்க ஆரம்பிக்கணும். செக்டார் ரிலேட்டட் இன்குபேஷன் இங்க ஆரம்பிக்கணும். அதுக்குரிய ப்ராசஸ் தான் போயிட்டு இருக்கு. அண்ட் தென் ஸோ ஒய் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் ஆர் ஹியர். ஸோ நீங்க உங்களோட ரிசர்ச் வந்து பிச் பண்ணுங்க. ஸோ மெயினாக நாங்கள் கேட்குறது வந்து இப்போ ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் தான். ஸோ ஆல்மோஸ்ட் வந்து இப்போ நான் மூவ்மெண்ட் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஸ்கீம் கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்பீங்க. தே ஆர் ஆல்சோ ஹேவிங் சம் ஸ்கீம்ஸ் அபவுட் ஸ்பேஸ் டெக். நான் மூவ்மெண்ட் வந்து ரீசெண்டாக வந்து அந்த பாலிசியை ரிலீஸ் பண்ணி அவங்க வந்து ஸ்பேஸ் டெக் ரிலேட்டடாக கிளாஸஸ் ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாங்க. இந்த மாதிரி வந்து அவங்க மூலமா வந்து கிளாஸஸ் போயிட்டு இருக்கு. அண்ட் தென் அது மட்டும் இல்லாமல் we have identified and we have selected some of the research from you. நீங்க வந்து பிச் பண்றதை பொறுத்து அதுல இருந்து we have selected some of the research ideas for space tech, defense, ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் இந்த மாதிரி அது ரிலேட்டட் ஐடியா சூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். அண்ட் தென் சப்போஸ் நீங்க வந்து ஒரு ப்ராமினன்ட் IIT மெட்ராஸ் ரீச் பண்ண முடியல, ஒரு ப்ராமினன்ட் இன்குபேஷன் ரீச் பண்ண முடியல, ஸோ இந்தியா ஃபுல்லா ஸ்பேஸ் ரிலேட்டட் டிராவல் பண்ணணும். அது நீங்க ஒரு சம் இந்த மாதிரி வந்து ஃபண்டிங் வாங்கணும். நம்ம அக்னிகுல் காஸ்மஸ் சொல்லியிருப்பாங்க. அதே போல வந்து கேலக்ஸி சொல்லியிருப்பாங்க. ஆர்பிட் ஒரு கம்பெனி, ஆர்பிட் 8 கம்பெனி இருக்காங்க. இந்த மாதிரி வந்து தமிழ்நாட்டில் நிறைய கம்பெனி இருக்காங்க. ஈவன் நாங்க வேர்டாப் அப்ரோன்னு சொல்லி ஒரு வேர்டாப் ஏர்னு சொல்லி ஒரு கம்பெனி திருநெல்வேலி கூட இருக்காங்க. ஆக்சுவலா வந்து ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் கம்பெனி. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி வந்து ரிகார்டிங் 50 ஸ்பேஸ் டெக் கம்பெனி வந்து தமிழ்நாட்டிலே இருக்காங்க. ஸோ சேலத்தில் இருக்காங்க. ரைட். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி வந்து அந்த கம்பெனிஸ்க்கு உங்க இன்டர்ன்ஷிப் வந்து ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி வந்து டைரக்டா வந்து கான்டெக்ட் பண்ணுங்க. சரிங்களா? கிரேட் கிரேட். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி வந்து நீங்க வந்து ரிசர்ச் பண்ண ரெடியா இருந்தா, இந்த ஸ்பேஸ் டெக் ரிலேட்டட் ரிசர்ச் பண்ண ரெடியா இருந்தா we are going to be connected with them. அவங்களோட ஒரு இன்டர்ன்ஷிப் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி கொடுத்து ஸோ இந்த என்ன ஃபீல்ட் இப்போ என்ன போயிட்டு சொல்லி you have to அவங்களோட சேர்ந்து ஒர்க் பண்ணுறது உங்களுக்கு ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி கிடைக்கும். அந்த ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி ஏற்படுத்தி இருப்போம். அதே போல வந்து ஸோ இதுக்கு மேல பியாண்ட் தட் ஸோ அப்பார்ட் தட் இந்த ரிசர்ச் தவிர வந்து நிறைய டெக்னிக்கல் ரிலேட்டட் திங்ஸ் வந்து you have to learn about from us. என்ன வேணுமோ கேளுங்க, நாங்கள் சப்போர்ட் பண்ண ரெடியா இருக்கோம். நீங்க வந்து ஒர்க் பண்ணணும். ஸோ மெயினாக வந்து you have to take survey ஒர்க். அந்த ரிசர்ச் பற்றி சர்வே எடுங்க. இந்த கரண்டா என்ன டெக்னிக்ஸ் போயிட்டு இருக்கு அதை வந்து அனலைஸ் பண்ணுங்க. அந்த மேக் ரிப்போர்ட் அந்த டெய்லி ஒர்க் தரும். ஸோ டெய்லி வந்து அதை பேஸ் பண்ணி ரிப்போர்ட் பண்ணுங்க. ஸோ எல்லா ஸ்டார்ட் அப்ஸ் வந்து மேபி ஆல்மோஸ்ட் யங்ஸ்டர் தான். நீங்க போன்ல பாக்ஸ் இல்லை, போன்ல பாக்ஸ் எல்லாமே தட் இஸ் குவைட் நியூ, தட் இஸ் குவைட் இனோவேஷன். எல்லாமே வந்து ஒரு யூனிக் இனோவேஷனா இருக்கும். நம்ம வந்து ஒன்லி பார்க்க மட்டும் தான் செய்யும். ஓகே, அதை எப்படி இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் பண்ணி இனோவேஷன் கான்செப்டா மாத்திருக்கோம். இனோவேஷன் ரொம்ப டிஃபரெண்ட் கிடையாது. ஸோ வாட்ச் வந்து கிட்டத்தட்ட வந்து ஒரு கடிகாரன்றது வந்து கிட்டத்தட்ட ரொம்ப காலகட்டமான சொல்றது. அந்த வாட்ச்ல வந்து அவ்வளவு மாற்றங்கள் வந்துட்டு ஒரு சின்ன சின்ன மாற்றங்கள் தான். ஸ்மார்ட் வாட்ச் வரையும் வந்துருச்சு. இப்போ ஸ்மார்ட் வாட்ச் எடுத்து இப்போ ஸ்மார்ட் வாட்ச்லேயே பேசுறோம். இப்போ ஓகே, அது ஒரு நம்ம ஒரு ஹெல்த் கேர் டிவைஸ் யூஸ் பண்றோம். அப்போ ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய சின்ன சின்ன இனோவேஷன் தான் தட் இஸ் வி நீட். ஓகே, இது எப்படி ஒரு எம்ப்ளாய்மெண்ட் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டா பண்ண முடியும், இது எப்படி யூனிக் கான்செப்டா பண்ண முடியும், ஒரு 5 இயர்ஸ்க்கு அப்புறம் வந்து ஒரு 100 crore கம்பெனியா பண்ண முடியுமா, ஒரு யூனிகார்னா பண்ண முடியுமா, மேக்ஸிமம் யூனிகார்ன் கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்பீங்க. ஒரு 100 crore வேல்யூஷன் கம்பெனி தான் வந்து யூனிகார்ன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி இங்க இருக்க நம்ம காவிரி டெல்டால தமிழ்நாட்டில் வந்து நிறைய ஸ்டார்ட் அப்ஸ் இங்கேருந்து வரணும். தட் இஸ் அவர் மெயின். ஸோ இதுக்காண்டி நிறைய பாலிசி ரிலீஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். சென்ட்ரல் கவர்மெண்ட் சரி, ஸ்டேட் கவர்மெண்ட் சரி, தமிழ்நாடு ஸ்டார்ட் அப் ஸ்பேஸ் இனோவேஷன் பாலிசி ரிலீஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். அண்ட் தென் ரிலேட்டட் ரிசர்ச் போயிட்டு இருக்கு. நீங்க அதில் ஜாயின் பண்ணி ஒர்க் பண்ணுங்க. அண்ட் தென் இதுல மூலமா ஆக்டிவேட் பண்றது அட்லீஸ்ட் நாங்க எல்லாரோட பேசுறதா ஒரு 100% வந்து நம்ம சொன்னோம்னா ஒரு 2% மட்டும் தான் ரீச் ஆகும், ரைட்? அந்த 2% வந்து இங்க இருந்து எடுத்து வரணும் நாங்க. ஸோ கண்டிப்பா அந்த ஈவெண்ட் வந்து டெஃபினட்டா பேஸ் பண்ற மாதிரி இருக்கும். ஸோ தேங்க்யூ ஃபார் த ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. தேங்க்யூ ஆல்.
I would like to welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. V. Ramachandran Sir, PMIST, to deliver the keynote address.
Good morning to all of you. Distinguished guests on the dais and off the dais. Eminent speakers of today, the members of the Institution of Engineers, India, esteemed colleagues, and my dear students. Again, good morning to all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Last week, the head of the Department of Aerospace Engineering came to my room and asked me to present in this seminar and give an address to the students. That's all he has given. And I immediately agreed. I thought it is a student convention or student seminar, and I know what is the way the student seminar was being organized in this institution. Till yesterday night, I was in the touch. So it is only a student seminar, and I am going to address in this seminar. I didn't belong to the aerospace division. I am coming from the different division. But after yesterday night only, he reminded me again over phone. So tomorrow we are having the seminar and you are going to give the keynote address, and he has sent me the invitation yesterday night through WhatsApp, and I surprised to see a lot of members to deliver a talk, and really astonished to see the first time I am seeing in my room the distinguished learned members on this particular area, and really to see Sivasubramanian sir and the Sarpanan sir. Really, I don't know that Sarpanan sir is coming to give a talk on his startup and all, right? And my friend Angachapudi is here, and Professor Karthikeyan is here, who is the principal of Kerala Polytechnic College. Really astonished to see many speakers came over here, and from KLN College of Pharma, KLN College, now still you are working from that, yeah. And our professors here. Really astonishing to see a group of people, learned people in my room today. After that only I came to understand the impact of this seminar today, right? But anyhow, really it is an honor, right? Because I'm standing in front of this large group, distinguished gathering. Thank you for the organizing team to bring such kind of wonderful people to this campus. Just because of the keynote address, I want to say a few points regarding this seminar. The name is All India Seminar on Trends in Aviation, Civil and Defense, which is conducted by the Institution of Engineers, the Tamil Nadu State Center. As we stand on the point of transformative changes in the aviation sector, both civil and defense, already Dr. Sivasubramanian sir has clearly pointed out Whatever I have written, he has already pointed out everything, right? This seminar serves as a vital platform to discuss, celebrate, and shape the future of aviation in India and beyond. Especially you all might know about that the civil aviation sector has made the world a smaller place, enabling the seamless movement of people, goods, and ideas across continents. It has fostered globalization, tourism, trade, and cultural exchange. This is what we understand about civil aviation sector. On the other hand, the defense aviation sector is integral to national security, playing a pivotal role in safeguarding the nation's authority and interests. The advancements in defense aviation have revolutionized modern warfare, providing unmatched strategic advantages in both offensive and defensive operations. This is on part of the defense aviation sector. If you look into the current trends in civil aviation sector, the aviation industry is undergoing a period of significant transformation, driven by technological advancements, environmental considerations, people are talking about sustainability, and evolving passenger expectations. One of the most demanding changes or challenges facing civil aviation is the need for sustainable aviation through the development of alternative fuels, electric and hybrid aircraft, and more efficient air traffic management systems. These innovations are critical in the fight against climate change and meeting global emerging targets. The adoption of digital technologies and automation is revolutionizing the passenger experience and operational efficiency. From AI-driven customer service to autonomous aircraft and drones, digitalization is reshaping every aspect of aviation. The use of big data analytics, Internet of Things, and blockchain technology is enhancing safety, optimizing flight operations, and improving decision-making process. And so Subrahmanyam has already pointed out the urban air mobility, which envisions the use of air taxis and drones for short distance urban transportation is gaining momentum now. This concept offers a new mode of transportation that is both convenient and sustainable. Turning our attention to the defense aviation sector, we witness an era marked by rapid technological advancements. The development of 5th and 6th generation fighter aircraft systems represents a significant leap in defense aviation capabilities. The use of unmanned aerial systems or drones has transformed military operations. Drones are now an essential component of exploration, surveillance, and precision strike missions. The ongoing development of autonomous drones and swarm technology is set to redefine the battlefield, offering new tactical advantages. As defense systems become more interconnected and reliant on digital technologies, cybersecurity and electronic warfare have become critical components of modern military strategy. As we look into the future, it is essential for academia, industry and government to work together to foster research and development, create skilled manpower, and develop cutting-edge technologies. I would like to express my gratitude to the organizers for bringing together such a distinguished gathering to our campus. The discussions and deliberations that are going to take place today and tomorrow have the potential to shape the trajectory of aviation in India. Let us all commit to working together to harness the full potential of aviation for the betterment of society, economy, and national security. Sir, we are sure we'll do a lot of research, and we are having already a technology incubation center in the area. We are doing some projects as given by the Air Force Station, Thanjavur, pneumatically controlled electronic multipurpose simulator, headed by Aruna Madam. And also, we are now trying to procure another startup by Roadstars. They already, it has been given to us already through our registrar. A team of people are working on faculty startup, and will be extended to the student startup also in the near future. Thank you for giving this opportunity to be starting with the classroom.
Thank you, sir, for your engagement and constant support.
Thank you.
We are delighted to have Dr. N. Venkatachalapati, sir.
In this area about aviation, one particular point, a very important point, quality aspects, which is very much relevant in civil and defense application. ஏன் சொல்றேன்னா இன்னைக்கு 2 அஸ்ட்ரோநாட் ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் போய் மாட்டிட்டு முடிக்கிறாங்க தெரியுமா? தெரியுங்களா? வில்மோர் அண்ட் சொல்லுங்க, Sunita Williams, they went by a private airplane. It's crap. Private Starliner, Boeing. And the Boeing International Space Station போய் சேர்ந்தாங்க. சேர்ந்து 8 days they want to do the experiment. But it extended now more than 8 months. அவங்களால திருப்பி வர முடியல. The Starliner and the ISS got stuck. ரெண்டு ஒட்டிக்கிடுச்சு. ஏன் ஒட்டிக்கிடுச்சு? அதை வந்து ரிஜெக்ட் பண்ணி த்ரஸ்டரை வெளியே விட்டாங்கன்னா பூமிக்கு வராது, எங்கே போயிடும், மார்ஸ்க்கு போயிடும். There is a problem in the thruster mechanism. Thruster valve-க்கும் அங்கே இருக்க ஹீலியம் லீக் ஆயிட்டு 28 thruster புஷ் அடிச்சு வெளியில வரணும். 5 thruster அவுட்டு. Another 2 more thruster is going to die. இந்த கண்டிஷன்ல எப்படி வருங்கிறப்ப NASA did analysis, Boeing did the analysis. Finally, they concluded quality standard maintained by Boeing is below. They admitted, and NASA has entrusted the contract to one with Boeing, another with SpaceX. SpaceX is the 5 விட்டுட்டான். Boeing விட்டுன்றது already helium leak. அந்த குவாலிட்டி ரிலேட்டட் இஷ்யூ என்னன்னு பார்த்தோம்னா, அது இருக்க வால்வு, ஒன்று வால்வு, அந்த வால்வுல டெப்லான் போட்டு கூட்டிருக்காங்க. இந்த டெப்லான் வந்து பிச்சுக்கிடுச்சு. நம்ம நார்மலா வீட்டில் குழாய் திறக்கிறப்ப என்ன ஆகும், ரப்பர் வால்வு போடுவோம் இல்லையா, லீக் ஆகாம இருக்கு. அந்த வால்வு டெப்லான் வால்வு. இந்த டெப்லான் இஸ் கேன் ஸ்டாண்ட் ஹை டெம்பரேச்சர் and it is high, the permeability is much less, so that மைல்ட்லி கேஸ் கூட போகாதபடி இருக்கு. அதுல ஒரு கிராக் வந்து வெளில இருந்துச்சு. வெளில வந்ததுனால ஹீலியம் போடும். Finally, they pinpointed and they have, NASA has fixed the problems due to quality related issues of Boeing. இதனால என்ன ஆகும், போயிங்குடைய மார்க்கெட் போச்சு, SpaceX மார்க்கெட் பிடிச்சிருச்சு. இது எதுக்கு நான் பர்டிகுலரா சொல்றேன்னா, when startup companies are coming, when this field வர்றப்ப the quality conscious 100% success is needed. அதுல நீங்க எதுவும் சாக்ரிஃபைஸ் பண்ணக்கூடாது. அதனால இந்த கான்ஃபரன்ஸ்ல குவாலிட்டி எஸ்பெக்டையும் கொஞ்சம் ட்ரஸ்ட் கொடுத்து கவனிங்கன்னு சொல்லலாம். தேங்க்யூ.
Thank you, sir, for sharing the information. We are delighted to have Dr. N. Venkatachalapati sir, Chairman, IEI Thanjavur Local Center, who will introduce our distinguished guest and set the tone for today's event.
Respected dignitaries on the stage and the opposite stage, and dear participants, good morning to all of you.
Morning, sir.
On behalf of Thanjavur Local Center, it's a great opportunity to welcome all the dignitaries to Thanjavur, as well as the participants from different colleges, and also I express my gratitude to the Thanjavur State Center and the Periyar Maniamai University Institute of Science and Technology to have this program at Thanjavur. With these few words, I am very honored to introduce our today's chief guest. Really, after reading his biodata, I am really very honored, feel proud to introduce such a wonderful guest for this program. Dr. S. Pandian was the former director of Satish Dhawan Space Center, Sriharikota, and he graduated from MIT in 1982 in BTech in Aeronautical Engineering, and did his master's program in Aerospace Engineering at Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. And he got his PhD from IIT Guwahati. He joined ISRO Vikram Sarabhai Space Center in 1984. Dr. Pandian, distinguished scientist and director, SHAR Sriharikota, super animator on 30th June 2019, and he was associate director projects at VSSC and director ISRO Propulsion Complex, and currently is the Professor Vikram Sarabhai, distinguished professor at VSSC ISRO. At VSC, he was responsible for the aerodynamic design and the characterization of launch vehicles, ASLV, PSLV, GSLV, MK3, sounding rockets, air-breathing vehicle, re-entry modules, reusable launch vehicle. Such a great honor. And he was also responsible for the mission design, aerothermal design, and the qualification of all launch vehicles of ISRO. As the project head of hypersonic wind tunnel project, he has designed, built, and commissioned the state-of-the-art 1 meter hypersonic wind tunnel and 1 meter combustion driver shaft tunnel. The above hypersonic wind tunnel is only third of its kind in the whole world. He has made significant contributions to PSLV C11 Chandrayaan and the PSLV C25 Mangalyaan, thermal and trajectory design, GSLV MK2 and the GSLV MK3 trajectory design. And under his leadership at the ISRO Propulsion Complex, 20 liquid engines integrated and tested, 10 PSLV, GSLV and MK3 liquid propellant stages were realized. Under his leadership as director at SHAR, PSLV C42, C43, 44, 45, 46, GSLV, MK2 F11 and MK3 D2 were integrated and launched successfully. For Chandrayaan 2 mission, the launch vehicle GSLV MK3 M1 solid motors realized, yet propellant, storable propellant and the cryopropellant realized. All stages were assembled and integrated in second launch pad. Chandrayaan 2 spacecraft was prepared and filled the propellant and made ready for launch. He was the chairman of Launch Authorization Board for all launch vehicles. He is responsible for the realization of 10,000 capacity beaming gallery in record time. So he has published more than 50 technical papers in international national awards, and he is a recipient of so many awards. I mentioned very few. National Aeronautical Prize in 2014, ISRO Merit Award 2011, ISRO Performance Excellence Award 2016, ISRO Team Excellence Award 2012, Eminent Alumni Award from the Indian Institute of Science, Eminent Engineer Award from the Institution of Engineers, and the Lifetime Achievement Award, and Graphical System Design Achievement Awards 2013, and so many awards are there. And he is the member of so many professional bodies, and he is one of the distinguished scientists the country has produced so far. I am very honored to introduce such a wonderful guest for this occasion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your engaging introduction. It is a great way to begin our event, and welcome to our It is my honor to welcome Dr. S. Pandian, sir, former director, SDSC SHAR, ISRO, and professor of IIT Madras, to deliver the inaugural address. His presence adds a special momentous to the occasion.
Respected Dr. Karthikeyan, Chairman, Institution of Engineers, Karnataka Chapter, Dr. V. Ramachandran, Vice Chancellor of this prestigious university, Dr. Arivade Nambi, Chairman of Aerospace Board, Dr. Karpannan, my dear senior Dr. Siva Subramaniam, my dear colleague Gogol, Professor Karnagaran, who has given very long introduction, Dr. Meera Chaturvedi, IEI Thanjavur chapter fraternities, PMIST University faculties, my dear students, my Guru, Dr. Vettivendan, who has come here all the way to attend this and see how the student is going to speak today. I am very glad, sir. My dear friends, very warm good morning to all of you. First of all, it gives me very immense pleasure to stand in this soil where I born and brought up. First, let me thank the organizers for organizing this wonderful event and in this part of the state. I am sure this will go a long way and we reach higher and higher heights. And also let me thank Institution of Engineers for approving and authorizing and sanctioning this seminar here. I think my job made easy by galaxy of people who are sitting here and they will talk about this and gone. Coming to startup and employment for all young bloods who are sitting here, there is plenty, challenges are more. Coming to space startup, there are more than 200 space startup in the country. I am glad many are in Tamil Nadu. And many of them are very keen to design, develop and launch rockets. Many of them are very keen to build a satellite and launch. If you see the overall cost distribution of these elements, rocket is only 5% of the whole space economy. Satellite is something like 12.5%. Infrastructure around 20%. Remaining 60% goes to data product. Many of them are interested because the rocket when you launch it gives thrilling. Many media coverages are there. But we look at that gives only 5% in space economy. The 60% comes from data product. Dear friends, you are all got very good opportunity to tap this, to make use of this. You are all very good in IT sector. Please make use of this. You don't need very huge investment for converting the satellite data into data product. You need after all workstations and you have your own brain, fertile brain. What needs to be done? Convert the satellite data, volumes of data, plenty of data is there. Even towards agriculture, towards soil, towards forest, towards Himalaya. Any field you take, plenty of data are there. Please convert them into useful product. The investment is not much. So this is a very, very potential area. Please tap it, make use of it. I am sure many of my students will do that. And coming to the kind of space activity the young bloods are taking up is highly encouraging. This startup for X located in Bangalore. They are considering much bigger rocket than what ISRO so far would be able to imagine. They want to build semi-cryo, 64-meter height, 5-meter diameter, and recover all the stages. They don't want to leave any component in space. The reason is young brain are very, very fertile. Dynamism is there. The knowledge, whatever gained by ISRO is seamlessly flowing into startup. I am glad to say I am a mentor for 5 startups. Agricool, Cosmos, Skyroot, S3LX, MTAR, and another startup in Madurai. So what I wanted to say is their thinking process, their dynamism, what is there in the young blood is enormous, it's wonderful. I am sure you are all not going to seek job, as our some of our speakers are talking about the employment opportunity. You should provide job to others. Each one of you, I am telling each one of you take the one product from this satellite, convert it to the data. So plenty of opportunities are there. And coming to the next one is the drones. I am going to give a detailed talk on the drones, indigenization challenges and way forward. That is the talk I am going to give. Subsequently, I am not going to dwell on that much now. Coming to civil aircraft, I am glad to say, slightly different from what our Siva Subramanian sir was telling. Yes, we have been importing all Boeing, Airbus and all those things. We developed Saras 1. Now we are in the process of developing 19-seater aircraft. 19-seater aircraft being built by NAL with the leadership of our DGCSA, conventionally Madam. And that is likely to fly by 2027. So 19-seater aircraft, India is building civil aircraft. And there is another project coming in the pipeline, it is 90-seater aircraft, which is going to be approved by the government. It is in front of Prime Minister now. So that way, the civil aviation side, India is growing. We have our own projects, like 19-seater, 90-seater aircraft. We have to successfully demonstrate India is not having a story of money. The leaders and the students, the engineers have to deliver the goods in shortest span of time. So the money will no issue at all. So that is civil aviation side. All of you may be knowing in terms of defense, in terms of LCA pages. Today there are many countries are buying from us. Please note, make a note of it. Pages LCA 1, Mark 1 is being delivered, being manufactured by India, by our own HAL, is being bought by many foreign countries. LCA Mark 2 and LCA Navy version. And coming to drones, I am going to speak. There are many drones. Our Indian AD, basically Aeronautical Development Establishment in Bangalore, who has developed many drones, which are all used for the defense purpose. And the coming to space, all of you know, Chandrayaan 1, 2, 3, Mangalyaan, and now we are going for space station. In 2035, we are supposed to go to space. And 2030, our International Space Station life is getting completed, and the India Space Station will be there by 2035. And those who are sitting here can be able to contribute some of you may be able to contribute to that. By 2040, India is trying to go for man on to moon. How many of you wish to go to Mars, please? How many of you want to go to moon? Yeah, I think moon is nearer. I think you should take more challenging work. Okay, very nice. Okay. The topic of trending aviation, both in civil and defense. I think actually our Vice Chancellor touched upon those points. I will be repeating in slightly different way. The role of artificial intelligence is not only in aerospace, it is ruling the whole scientific community. All aspects of human being driven or governed or ruled by artificial intelligence. So coming to aerospace, what is its role? Now if you look at it, airports are highly getting crowded. It shows that the growth of the economic growth of the civil aviation sector, affordability of the common man. And they are making sure the artificial intelligence be used and convert all the valuable data obtained by hundreds of airlines all over the world to provide a very safe journey, comfortable journey. You should have pressure of journey during your 15 hours, 16 hours travel. And then, you know, in the aircraft, there are hundreds of sensors. We measure the pressures, temperatures, acoustics, strain, all those things monitored, collected. Now, the machine learning comes into picture there. They are converting this and making sure that the predictive maintenance is being done, not periodic maintenance. Predictive maintenance of the aircrafts are being done by artificial intelligence, using artificial intelligence and data science. And that improves the overall grounding of the aircraft. Otherwise, earlier we used to, once some problem happens, we ground it as our, my senior told me, we are sending to Singapore and other places. And now they are going for predictive maintenance. So this is the parameter. It is reaching this level. Once it reaches, you should go for maintenance. So that kind of predictive maintenance is coming to picture, which leads to grounding time, is making the grounding time of the aircraft least, and make sure that you have safe journey. Otherwise, there are many things I can talk. The EVTOL, I think tomorrow Professor Chakravarti is going to give a talk. Probably DC may be going from his office to Trichy Airport. He may not go by bus, may not go by car. He may go to his town there and go from there. There are plenty of EVTOL things are coming up. This IET Madras startup, Chakravarti has got a startup that they're taking 2% and it being converted into 6 and 7 of that order. That is a great thing. But at the same time, it is going to crowd the whole space. Like road traffic, the space traffic is going to be very challenging. I am sure this young plus will give solution for this. How are you going to manage the air traffic? Because your father, your grandfather, yourself may be going from your own house, your own college, your own organization and institute to different airport through this. So it is going to create a lot of air traffic management associated technical issues. Challenges are many. I am sure you can do the solution for that. I would like to say there is another interesting startup in IIT Madras. I am happy to say that, you know, the space is giving many advantages in terms of manufacturing of medicines, printing of art. Printing of art, you cannot do it on ground in a perfect way, the way what your body accepts, but it can be done only in space. To do that, what he does, he is taking your own equipment. Man wants to print 3D printing of the art. She is providing the equipment. This gentleman Hari from IIT Madras is taking that equipment to space. You do whatever you want, whether you want to print 3D printing of art or any other organ, or would you like to manufacture medicine? People they want to manufacture medicine. Medicines are very high cost, low volume product, which has got certain merits when you do it in space. So there are pharmaceutical companies coming forward to do this kind of job in space. Dr. Arvind, like you people, is just now is completing his PhD. He has got this startup. He will take the equipment, whether you are printing 3D art or manufacturing drugs. He will bring and hand out to Trichy Airport or in Telang Airport or Thanjavur Airport, whichever where the patient is there. He will deliver the art wherever you want, whichever airport you want. You see the kind of thinking, how the requirement is coming up, how he is able to, people are able to foresee the requirements and convert those thought process into products. So, like this, there are many interesting things. And coming to even this our own biometric system in the civil aviation, you already know that PG after any Delhi airport or Bombay, Chennai also has come. You can just put your fingerprint and go. Every detail will be captured. You need not go on to show it to security and all those things. Because they want to make your life easier. Get into the airport, board the flight in shortest span of time instead of waiting in the queue. So they brought the DGFR, that is basically the biometric system. Now, another interesting thing is coming on emerging. It has got certain flaw. How do they overcome that? Looks like, you see the kind of thinking, the exhaling of passenger creates certain turbulence. Exhaling of passenger. Each one of you exhale, and it has got its own dynamics, its own turbulence it creates. That is captured. You need not go and do your fingerprint, thumbprint, where it keeps on changing. No? They are trying to capture your exhaling, breathing pattern. You can just go, you breathe and go. You are definitely you'll be breathing and going. So you go and breathe and go. It will capture your breathing pattern and identify who is who. You see the kind of innovation comes in the civil aviation to make your life comfortable. And of course, the sustainability is another thing. So instead of going for the chemical propellant, gas turbine associated fuel, can we go for hydrogen-based fuel? That is one thing being discussed and being implemented at various levels. And then another thing is electric vehicle by going for battery. And they found that battery seems to be some problem because almost 60% of the aircraft were occupied with the battery. So there are new thoughts, new ideas are emerging to convert this into fully avoid chemical propellant and go for purely hydrogen-based and battery-based thing. And of course, the bio-related aspect also being talked, and in fact, the Delta Airlines and certain airlines already they implemented. You know that bio-waste related fuel what is generated, which reduces your pollution by more than 80%. So like this, there are certain industries, certain airlines already implemented it. So another this the autonomous vehicle is another great thing coming in the civil aviation. Autonomous vehicle like as part of the eVTOL, and already the airlines brought autonomous vehicle. This Boeing and Airbus, already Airbus implemented autonomous vehicle. There won't be any pilot. You just go on board it, you go and land wherever you want. But point is, the regulatory system is not there for autonomous vehicle. The regulatory system is need to be evolved and bring in so that the pilotless travel will be there. This issue is there even for the automobile also. The driverless cars are there, and the issue here is in all this high-tech area, there are a lot of loopholes in terms of regulations and the standards. These need to be brought in. Even in the case of drone also, the same issue is there. If you look at it, all developed countries, plenty of standards are there for each and everything. Avionics, there are a set of regulations. Propulsion, there are a set of regulations. Like this, many regulations are there, standards are there. It's all well thought about, discussed, debated, and documented and reviewed. But India needs to develop such a standards for each and everything. Though I am seeing that, I thought I will ask our star person who is having drone now, which he said it will be used for public announcement and the cleaning the wall and all those things. Nice to see. What is the kind of standard being followed? Actually, India wanted to grow in this area of drone, and they told you should not import. Don't import the drones. But anyway, we have our own way of doing things. All drone companies in India, they are buying the components, not the drone per se. Buy the components. There is no brand for buying components. So assemble it and then use it. But there is no standard. He doesn't follow any standard. This is going to be a real headache. This is one area where we need to strengthen in terms of the bringing the standards in the drone development area. I'm sure some of you can be able to put your hand and write down those standards because you have got knowledge on aeronautics, aerospace, and so that you can convert them into useful final product in terms of developing the standards. So like this, what all that I would like to say is that drone is a very, very potential area where we have to build the indigenization by designing, developing, testing, and flow. Right now, even in the recent Ukraine war, more than 20,000 drones are used. So 20,000 drones are used to fight against the Ukraine used 20,000 drones against Russia. So the point is, they are all matured in the standards for each and every aspect. So this is one area where we need to improve our way of improving the drones thing. And many components are important except this the infrastructure, the structure of the drones being made here. But you have got the avionics system, battery, lithium-ion battery. This was vetted its hand by developing lithium-ion battery and something like 250 kilo the kg was developed. And now the whole world is going to 300. And they are going for the development of the lithium sulfur that gives 400 watts per kg. So there are challenges in developing the propulsion system. There are challenges in every aspect. The avionics, if you take, very small thing, we are importing it. ISRO has got very bright system, and I will close it quickly. So what I wanted to say is, as far as the drone system is concerned, there are isolated pockets are available in terms of various disciplines. There is no streamlined process to achieve the ultimate goal. So, but that can be brought in by students like you to step in and make sure that things are getting streamlined and contribute. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm seeing there are many young students who wanted to go to space, moon and Mars, and I'm sure that you will come back safely. We will not have the problem of Sunila will have. We will bring you safely. Wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your informative and outspoken speech, sir. Now, I would like to invite Dr. S. Pandian, sir, to release the souvenir along with all the dignitaries on the dais. Now it is our privilege to honor our distinguished guests and dignitaries who have graced this occasion with their presence and expertise. As a token of our respect and gratitude, we will now proceed with the honoring. It is my extreme honor to invite Dr. J. Arivirinambi sir to honor Dr. Pandian sir with the memento. With a great pleasure, I call upon Dr. V. Karthikeyan sir to honor Dr. Karupunan sir with the memento. It is a true honor to welcome Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. V. Ramachandran sir to honor Dr. Arivirinambi sir with the memento. With deep admiration, I invite Engineer D. Gokul sir to honor Dr. Siva Subramaniam sir with the memento. I have the privilege of inviting Dr. Siva Subramanian sir to honor Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Ramachandran sir with the memento. It is with profound respect that I call upon Dr. N. Venkatachalapati sir to honor Dr. V. Karthikeyan sir with memento. I am deeply honored to request Engineer C.S. Karnagaran sir to honor Engineer Gopal sir with a memento. It gives me great honor to welcome Karthik Subramanian sir to honor Engineer C.S. Karnagaran sir with a memento. I would like to call upon Muthuraman sir to honor Dr. N. Venkatachalapati sir with the memento. Thank you, distinguished gentlemen. We are deeply honored by your presence. As we come to the close of the inaugural function, I am filled with gratitude for the success of today's event. It marks the beginning of something truly special. It is with great anticipation it is time to call upon Engineer D. Grover, sir, Honorary Secretary, IEI, to address the vote of thanks.
Good morning to all. Good morning. I think we are almost going to enter the program. It's been an honor to be at this occasion. So the Tamil Nadu Institution of Engineers India, Tamil Nadu State Center, in association with Institution of Aeronautics, Astronautics and Aviation, along with Periyar Maniamma Institute of Science and Technology, the Institute of Engineers, Thanjavur Local Center, has made an all India seminar today on the trends in aviation, civil and defense. I think the wonderful speakers, we had guest speakers from ISRO, our Pandian sir, who have been there and delivered a wonderful lecture. And also we have Dr. J. Arivudanambi, who is also chairman of Aerospace Board from IEI, and all the eminent people, the Vice Chancellor sir of your Periyar Maniamma Institute of Science and Technology. Definitely, I think it's been, I think we know Thanjavur. Thanjavur is a place of Cholas, right? So Thanjavur, for what special it is?
For the architectural skills of
Yeah.
Chola Empire.
So the Chola Empire, which is built somewhere in 11th century, today I think till the entire world is seeing in something like a big aspiration. So such a place, we are organizing this seminar, and we have Mr. Dr. Karupanan from the Tamil Nadu startup, who has almost nurtured about the potential of startup. So this is all, it's not happening somewhere in Chennai or Bangalore or somewhere in Calcutta or Bombay. I think it's happening in Thanjavur. I think you're also blessed to have such a speaker to get such a wisdom knowledge. So being an honorary secretary of IEI Tamil Nadu State Center, I am taking this privilege to deliver my vote of thanks. Before I think to initiate my vote of thanks, maybe a 1 minute, because already the speaker have taken a long session. See, we should be very proud being an aero engineers, right? Everybody is aerospace or anybody is mingled with EC, mechanical, CS. All are aero. So that has been developed by you people only. Then you people should be so proud that taking an aeroplane or taking a rocket or taking any kind of a vehicle which is flying above. So very proudly we have to see the first person who made this arrow into the world, the eminent, none other than the people's president of APJ Abdul Kalam. So he is the person, we will not know like what is arrow. Many people will say, sir, I want to study aerospace or aeronautical by Sir Abdul Kalam study. Because they don't know what is the subject, but what he has nurtured. In 1962 when ISRO was formed, in 1980 the first SLV was launched and created a success and entered the Space Elite Club of India. So he is the one who has developed, and he is the another than the MIT who studied aerospace engineering. And we have the next, like we have Dr. Shivan sir, who is the chairman of this group, who is from Aero. We have Pandian sir, who is from Aero. So I think Aero department is creating so many wisdom-oriented and knowledge-sourced people for our country, and that has already been enforced in our nation. So you be proud. Don't think that Aero, I don't have a job. What will be the job? Computer science, they're going to take a big packages. Somebody asked me to study, I'm studying it, not so. So always be proud that big opportunities there. Surya Airport, பாத்தீங்கல்ல படத்தை தெரியுமா? What is the movie? Who acted? Surya. So அதே வந்து like okay, who is the director of Sharon கேட்டா தெரியுமா? தெரியாது. So because he put a plane and he said that yes, it's something like a true story we can say how a common person can manufacture airplane and get into the business. It's not so easy, but he has done that. So the level of life you are going to have it. So definitely have a challenging, it's always required, but it's not so as the Subramanian said, quality is very important. Every part of quality, if you are missing any small lack of quality, definitely the face of rockets or the face of aeroplane is going to be huge. So be built up with that. So I take this opportunity thanking our first, the dynamic, our always the IEI chairman, Dr. K. Karthikeyan sir, who is the chairman for Institute of Engineers, Tamil Nadu State Center, was given an approval and was taken this, yes, when Karnagaran is our committee member, he said, sir, I want to organize a two All India seminar. He said, yes, we can do it. And he said, we want to put in Thanjavur. So he thought initially, Thanjavur, okay, it's something you're taking it inside, but he has given a bold decision, yeah, you do it, whatever support you want, we will give it up. So first thanks goes to our Dr. Karthikeyan sir, who has given a support and made this event to have Thanjavur and created a success. And also, I think I should thank Arvidan Nambi sir, so who is the chairman, who has come from Hosur, and he is maintaining complete aerospace board of IEA. And with his support and with his complete advice, I think this event has been organized in a complete way. Thank you so much, sir. And I should also extend my thanks to the Ranganath sir, who is the president of IEA, who has been in again the person behind IEA of Tamil Nadu State Center. Now he is holding complete India, and he is always supports and giving this seminar to organize it Thanjavur local center. And also I extend my thanks to the eminent our Subramanian sir, who is always even though he retired, but still he is continuing his thrust towards the younger generation. That's what he spoken to you a long period of time in a very theoretical, very knowledgeable base that you cannot able to get it easily. So such a speaker you are having in front of you. Thank you so much, Sir Subramanian sir, who has come from Madurai to give your knowledge sharing. And I also thank Dr. P. Karpanan. So any person we can see who is taken a lead of startup, because startup is required always age blood. So government of Tamil Nadu also now appointed him, and he has given a lot of idea. Definitely hold him, get his visiting card and get his number, email ID. Try to send a mail. Definitely they're going to support in a huge way. If you are losing this opportunity, definitely after 4 years or 3 years, 2 years, you are going to get support. So this is the networking where you're trying to get it such a seminar. Hold him and ask him what kind of idea you have. You throw to him. Definitely government of Tamil Nadu is going to support that. Thank you, Dr. Karpanan, who has come here and delivered your speech. And the most important, this college, the Vice Chancellor, Dr. V. Ramachandran sir, who is the Vice Chancellor of Periyar Maniammai Science and Technology. Because I think under his leadership, the entire professors, the entire faculty who started giving complete support to organize this event. I think without the leader who has not given us support, definitely this kind of event would have not happened. Thank you so much, sir, for giving such a wonderful support for us to organize this event and create the impact. Thanjavur can also create such a developed state in bringing a new novel area. So can you give an applause to the Vice Chancellor? It is been late, we understood. So it is the time that we have to give a thankful, right? So thank you is one we can always say and create some happy momentum. So that is what I am delivering it. Whenever we say give your applause, so that you are giving the gratitude to the people who have come here. And also I thank Dr. Venkatachalapati, who is also chairman of IEI Thanjavur Local Center, who was given an opportunity in making this event happen. Very important, our Pandian sir, our former director, our mentor, we can say guru. And also now you see like IEI myself don't know sir is mentoring 5-6 startups. I think we are going to get connected with sir, because many young students are there who's coming out of it. and he is and he's the son soil of Thanjavur. So very proud. If you give any proposal, definitely sir is not going to say no, because he wanted Thanjavur students to come out and create a big like a marked way in our nation. That is what he has done for our nation. Being in ISRO, I think a lot of projects were has handled, and he has given successful now in IIT. So again teaching the students and creating so much of marked way. So now it is an opportunity. Use it with Pandian sir and create a startup. Ask her to mentor. Definitely, he wanted to do that because soil of Thanjavur wanted to create something new one. So thank you so much, sir, coming from Chennai and given such a wonderful session. So last but not least, my committee members, we have our executive committee members, our Sivaraj sir, Mohan Raj sir, and Michael Raj sir, and Udhay Kumar sir, and our past chairman, our Jairam sir, and Sumati madam. So these are all people have given a wonderful support in making this event to happen. We have a behind the scene, many people are there. First, I think we should thank the speakers who have come from Chennai. We have Venkat Raj sir who has come from Chennai, and we have our Ashok Babu sir who has come from Chennai. Also, we have Senthil Kumar who has come from Coimbatore. So these are all people and who has come from a long journey to make this an event a successful one. And many speakers also joined it. Definitely, if I am going to miss them, I think we should thank every speaker who is going to initiate the program till tomorrow 4 o'clock. And the very important, the one single man army who has organized this with his team, we can always say Professor Karnagaran. Can we give an applause to Professor Karnagaran? So he is the person who have initiated, along with him, your own Professor Muthuraman sir and his team. I think they are revolving around the complete Karthik, HOD Karthik. I think definitely many people have put so much of effort. It's not that easy to organize one seminar for 2 days in a specific domain. So complete the teamwork what he has created, and they're completely working day and night. Even yesterday night also they sent some photos. That shows the passion and leadership what they really wanted to send back the knowledge to you. So grab it, and definitely we can always take it up. And especially the student member and the faculty, my thanks goes to you. Without you, I think this seminar cannot be fulfilled. So take it up, right knowledge, use it, and definitely. Yeah, so always make use of it. And last but not least, I want to thank all the sponsors. One is Startup Tamil Nadu, the event sponsor Pullinum Aerospace, and platinum sponsor Altia, CADFirm, Infinity, Answers, and Vimana Labs. So without all the supports, definitely we are taking this initiation of the seminar, and 2 days you are going to enrich with the knowledge, grab it, pull it, and you initiate a new startup. You are all the eminent people like Vice Chancellor sir is there, Pandian sir is there, Shivasubramanian sir is there, and Karkunan sir is there. So get all the enriched knowledge and try to pull it up. The like Periyar Maniam Institute of Science and Technology should initiate a big startup. Maybe it can be reopened, maybe 6 months later, or can be a 1 year later. But grab it and prove yourself. We are all soil of Thanjavur. Only Chola cannot build the architectural empire. We can also build up a startup that will overall can happen throughout India. Thank you so much.
Anyway, a small request to Vice Chancellor sir. Our Altar and Answers, they are CADFirm, especially CADFirm Answers and Altar. You know how big they are and what a big they are. MNCs, and they have adjusted all their corporate norms. A corporate requires 3 months for a sponsorship normally, and they do it in a normal way. Not only this, Mathworks, many people tried, but they have done it. So you can request all the entire college students. They can utilize their platform to come and visit their stall and get their brochures and other things and utilize that. And they have also launched a free competition and encourage the students to participate in those competitions also. Thank you. I believe we will promote it. Thank you. And we will take the next upcoming 2 sessions, poster presentation and first topic together. So it is already 12 to 1 we have poster presentation session. We can club it. Parallelly you can run that session and this thing so that the time will be compensated. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Now we will call the dignitaries to take a small break and continue with the day.
I would like to invite Dr. S. Pandian sir for UAV indigenization and way forward.
Good afternoon to all of you. So as part of my presentation, my topic is integrating UAV technology, challenges and opportunities. So as far as the UAV is concerned, where India is, what is the strength of India in this each domain? How do you make use of that expertise to develop this? What are the classifications? What are the applications? This aspect I will be covering in next 45 minutes. So UAV, basically all of you may be knowing, is not only drone. It could be aerial, ground, underwater vehicle, missile, rockets, and associated systems. All are called UAV. Why now it is becoming important? Why everybody talks about UAV? This is one of the good example why India is able to gain and take leadership in many areas. Whether we can capitalize those strong area to make sure that we are taking out this UAV technology and lead the whole country. And also now if you look at this in terms of communication platform, there are many satellites have come, 4G, 5G, and communication-wise, the whole world is growing very fast. So we can provide very safe communication for the drone system, and this is the right time to capitalize this and take the lead role in the UAV technology. So, why do you need UAV? Basically, if you make UAV, there are many complexities can be minimized. It can also know the existing aircraft. These are all the basic things why we should capitalize on the drone technology now. So before I go into the detail, I will be talking very briefly the UAV classifications, the special application. Look at this: the submarine launch, submersible, amphibious, and balloons. I think all aeronautics students, all of you may be aware of what is amphibious and other thing. I'm not dwelling on that. And based on the wing type, whether it is a fixed wing or rotary wing, or the hybrid, or the flapping wing, this is another classification. And based on the height in which they can travel, that is, whether it is low altitude, or medium altitude, or high altitude. So this is the way the classification as far as the altitude is concerned. And also the weight, if you look at it, the nano, micro, small, and the sizes are given. All the large drones are used for defense purpose. I think you may be encountering this nano and micro every day. I think even in the marriage hall they use this and all those things. So they are all weight-based classification. And endurance-based. Endurance means the duration which it can fly before the recharging and other things. So that is called the short and it is of the order of few minutes, medium minutes to hours, and long many hours, maybe 20, 30 hours of the flight. So like this is the very broad classifications. And if you look at this, in terms of the size, it is lighter weight. When you go for nano and micro, all the electronics items are miniaturized. When you don't pick a capacitor of very huge modern days diode, all those things are not there. It's all miniaturized and integrated. Then they are going for currently electric propulsion. This is very prominent propulsion area where in terms of the battery This is the electric propulsion is becoming very popular. And the higher the weights, generally higher the weight means it is mostly dealt by defense people in terms of it has got its own structural constraints which need to undergo aeroelastic associated thing if you go for the larger and higher drones. The another one is the height. In terms of height, you can see when you go to higher and higher heights, or 30,000 feet or 40,000 feet, your wing has to be more efficient. It will be very big to sustain this because the density is less. You need to have a big wing surface to, bear the whole weight of the thing. And the improved aerodynamic blade and wing design is very much essential. The higher density fuels, basically chemicals or electricals, are being used for this. Of course, because of the higher altitude, this anti-icing devices also is incorporated, which is normally used in many of the aircraft. Where when you go for the higher altitude, the icing is the real problem. On the wing, you will form the ice cubes are formed, and it changes the aerodynamics and all those things. So they go for heating of the thing. The electrical system is brought in to heat the wing so that the ice is not formed. This is a separate topic. So that kind of thing is there. Next one is the wing type. This is a very nominal thing. This is fixed wing thing. This is the like of our Rostam UAV is being fixed wing. Helicopter is a rotary wing, and hybrid is used, and the flapping wing like that also it is being used. Basically, depending upon the type of wings, the classification is done, and basically it is dominated by the type of lifting surface, whether you are using fixed wing or the rotary wing or those things. So when you go for the vertical takeoff, basically as we mentioned, as we discussed earlier, if you go from your house to airport, you need to go for vertical takeoff, and that is another thing which is essential for this. Flapping wing is typically for a very small size thing. They use flapping wing. They don't go for heavier drones with flapping wing because the aerodynamic complexity and the structural load is much higher. It creates its own aeroelastic problem. So we don't go for the flapping wing for the. So and also any system you take, it has got its own advantage and disadvantage. They combine the best of these two, and the hybrid items are brought in. And this is another classification. Okay, this is what in terms of configuration, you can see the fixed wing, multi-rotor, and you can see the conventional many drones are flown with multi-rotor, which are I think here also it is there, and the fixed wing, what vertical takeoff and landing is also used both in defense and civilian side. Being kind of thing, and of course these applications, all of you may be aware. I'm not going to dwell too much on this. The surveillance purpose, what it gives is this slide gives for what purpose, what kind of drone is used. That's what is summarized. The summarize, I'm not going to read out. The surveillance home security point of view, these are all the fixed wing, long range and endurance. Everywhere this artificial intelligence is brought in, and they check the large concretion and building, that whatever the drone is being displayed there. He was telling this is used for this wherever large crowd is there, they can use this and make certain announcement and all those. Delivery in terms of remote locations, you want to supply organs or you want to supply medicines. This is the for unprepared surface. This kind of drones are used, and disaster relief and management. Here also they use vertical takeoff and landing. This gives a very broad classification. The scenario and applications, and there are many more, and limited only by imagination and the innovation. Okay, this gives the summary of theory application. You can see there are many applications for the aerial photography and shipping, delivery, natural scenery, management of disaster. Many areas the drones are very effectively being used. And the primary purpose of this, if you look at this, the micro and the large category of UAVs are used by police, that is paramilitary forces, armed forces, that is intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, this is the thing what is used. If you look at this, the for farmers, agriculture purpose, the small to medium category EAVs are used. That is for farmers and farm sector. And if you look at this, the surveying point of view, the micro to small category EAVs are used. This gives the another way of classification and usage. So this particular EAV is becoming more popular. That is beyond visual line of sight. That is, if you operate inside the marriage hall, you can see where it is there. You can go forward, come forward, backward, and come and receive it. But if you want to deliver something, it goes beyond the visual sight of the pilot, where pilot road is not there because we cannot control it beyond certain thing. So mostly, probably 60% of the EAV applications are towards this BVLOS. This is beyond visual line of sight. So this is used mainly for cargo delivery, that is emergency medicine, middle mile logistics, last mile logistics, and all those things. And the parameter surveillance, large scale surveillance and mapping also is used. When you are going for mapping, it is not in your vision domain. It goes much beyond this. So this is very broadly now. This become very prominent in the EAV domain. So now I would like to tell what our defense people have done in terms of the. Actually, I would like to say hello. Whatever I am presenting here is the not Pontian's point. It is the basically we had. I wanted to say I was chairing a committee formed by INE, Indian National Academy of Engineers, which consists of startups, industries, academia, R&D institution, all the people. We had a couple of meetings. And what is their view? What is their converging? What is the point? What are the difficulties they have in terms of the drone domain? So I am trying to compile all those things and present. It is not my point. It is the voice of Indian experts in this area. So the next couple of slides I will be presenting what our defense domain they have realized in terms of drone technology. You can see this IRS, that is intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, UAV. Basically, these are all the things developed for that purpose. Tapas, Panchi, the VASP UAV, these are all developed by our own defense scientists. Basically, it is Aeronautical Development Agency, Bangalore, and I'm glad to say I got a job, first job there, but I joined in ISRO, not there. This is the Tapas built by ADE, and the target and decoy. They simulate enemy threat and serve as decoy. So through this, these are all the Aviation, Akshaya, Lancy. These are all the drones developed by our defense scientists. And combat mission. Combat mission means is go and fight it. That is attack the enemy target with onboard weapons or self-destruction. It may carry the bomb and drop it, or this fellow himself may go and hit it. There are two types are there. They are all coming under the compact mission. This X-47 Predator is coming under this, and India is building our own compact mission UAV, and it is in the advanced stage. And also the logistic UAV cargo delivery, the Demon and the KMAX, these are all carry certain cargoes to the defense different locations where the conventional aircraft cannot reach. They carry through this and drop it there. So these are the another thing. Now you know this further if you go, this further there are plenty of drones designed, developed, grown and inducted in Army and the Air Force as well as in Navy. All the three forces are using this drone very extensively. So this is like you can see that the Nishan Rostam 1. This is Rostam 1, Rostam 2. These are all the technology demonstrators. The aerospace, you know, it is a high-end thing. We cannot induct one technology straight away and go to prototype. We always go for a technology demonstrator, prove it, learn it, and try to implement those findings in the prototype. So that the Rostam 1 was the technology demonstrator. We learned, our defense scientists learned and implemented the drone Rastom 2. So this is the medium altitude, long endurance UAV. The first was built in 2016 and the Indian Eagle is built in 2012. And the flying wing, it is an interesting concept that they demonstrated recently. It is, the enemy cannot easily find this because of the capture area, that is the area is distribution, you can see, there is no fuselage in this. Hello dear friends, this aircraft, the flying wing does not have fuselage. It is only wing. Fuel, pilot or whatever it is, all the ammunition, everything is embedded or built in the wing itself. So it's called a flying wing, and the DRDO friends recently demonstrated this prototype in the defense airfield. So this is another thing, compact mission aircraft. These are all compact. You can see this classification of the various compact missions. There's payload capabilities and the compact radius, time to target, operating altitude. All these things are summarized here. There are various types of compact mission aircraft. These are all, I'm happy to say, built by our own scientists, people like you. Today you are here, tomorrow you build another set of UAVs. So this is the aeronautical test range in Chitradurga in Karnataka. What I want to say is, if you want to design and develop, you can go and test it here. Air Force is providing space for you. ISRO recently used our reusable launch vehicles, came and landed here. Any new technology development, you cannot go and test it in the civilian or defense aircraft. I mean, airport. They built an airport for this kind of specific purpose. You can take your payloads or whatever you want to land. You can go to this place, and it's located from Bangalore, 4 hours from Bangalore. It is Chitradurga, Karnataka. This is the runway which has got which can be used for any developmental activity. So this is further what our defense people are planning in the future. These are some of the technologies they want to demonstrate, and they are all different, like our Shiv Subramanian sir was telling, so SLAM technology. These are all, I mean, different stages of the development. All of them will be integrated shortly into the various defense applications. So what this is an opportunity. What I wanted to say, look at this. ISRO, not ISRO, DRDO is providing. Some of you can take up this kind of project. They are funding up to 10 crore. Please understand, they are funding, that is Innovation for Defense Excellence, initiative by Ministry of Defense and Department of Defense Protection. They provide grant up to 10 crore. How many of you are aware of it? Please go into this site and see whether wherever you are strong, can you pick up the topic and see whether you can develop and deliver. They are funding it to a tune of 10 crore. And also the technology fund, DRDO technology fund is there. They are also giving up something like here you have to deliver the technology as well as product to a tune of 10 crore. They are giving it. And also these are all the import substitute. That there are many components or systems are getting imported. Can you replace the import by developing our own indigenous items or systems towards aerospace? That is all. Please, I request why I am presenting this. The young generation, please make a note of this site and go into that and open it and check it and see what way, for what system you can contribute, where you can apply the knowledge what you gain from this prestigious institution. So now this consists of, actually I would have been happy if I am having so that I can walk and do it, no problem. So otherwise I am ready to speak through this one. So, basically consists of aerodynamics, the design, the flight navigation guidance and control. Yeah, this is good. The flight navigation guidance and control, simulation and sensor. If you look at this, ISRO and India has got lot of knowledge. For example, flight navigation guidance and control. ISRO is having, ADA is having, DRDO is having. They are demonstrated for much more complex mission. We are able to land on the southern polar region. There is no GPS there. We could be able to land. Such a navigation system, control system is available. The drone friends have to come forward and tap it and use it rather than buying from China. That is the point I want to make. So what I wanted to say, all this area, India has got sufficient expertise. Only things have to be streamlined in terms of drones. And where we are parting, I will come back. Where we are, our drone sector is going. The intelligence, knowledge is there, facility is there. It has to be channelized and made use of it. So now coming to this advanced composite material, and you can see this where using the kind of the composite material used in the drones in terms of silent noiseless propeller, in terms of many internal things, many structures are all made out of composites using this kind of technologies. And now look at this in terms of power system. As I told in my introductory thing, lithium ion and lithium polymer batteries will be occupying most of the battery segment by 2029. So ISRO has developed lithium ion battery and given to DHEL to develop. It is giving something like 260 to 270 watts hour per kg, but it has to be taken to 300. Internationally, 300 is the level. Now the people are going for lithium polymer combination. So this is another challenge where one can go for the solid state batteries, which can give higher energy, and this is very, very potential area one can tap it on in terms of propulsion. You look at this, the kind of the region analysis in terms of the propulsion system. This North America, you can see most of this almost covers 50%, Europe, Asia Pacific, and the Middle East, and the kind of research or the development going on fuel cell, lithium ion, lithium cadmium, nickel cadmium, and lithium polymer. This is a way how this is going to grow from 22 to 29. You can see this, the lithium polymer is the one which is more promising, and people are working on that. And to do this testing, the facilities are there. For example, wind tunnels are there to test the aerodynamic aspect. The environmental test, the National Aerospace Laboratory, Bangalore has got environmental test facility where you can do all our satellite acoustic things are tested in the NAL Bangalore. Material testing, there are many things like our chairman, Institution of Engineer, Dr. Karthi told he has got lab to do the material testing. Like this, what I wanted to say is, there are pockets where the strengths are there, facilities are there, and the drone people have to make use of it and go further. So, this is what I was telling, the standard is very, very essential. Without standard, if you go, you will get into the problem. I know how many drones here developed through certain standard procedure. Because you are asking something the drone, somebody wants to buy the battery from some country, propeller from some country, body from some country, integrate and give it to you. That's what he does. He doesn't do any design, he doesn't do any development. Is it not available? Technology is not there, facilities are not there, all are there. But we want to move fast. So our drone drone companies in India, they are not manufacturing anything. Maybe after here and there some minimum thing may be done. There is no strong fundamental research or this one. Not even producing. Many of the components are procured. I will come down the line. What percentage of what systems are getting imported from each country? I will be down the line coming. Because this all need very, very strong standards Today aircraft is flying because it has got its own safety standards. There is the MCA is flying because it has got safety standards. Same like there is an organization in Bangalore who clears all the things. As per their protocol only one has to do it. But for the drone, because every nook and corner people are producing drones, but there is no standard. So that's why this standard is a very, very important. But I wanted to say at this juncture, Government of India constituted committees to bring out the standard. They are working hard, but whatever standard they brought out so far, like this standard, is not even 1% of what is required for the drone domain. We are in that level. So there is ample opportunity to bring out the standards. If the standard is not there, what would happen? This is what would happen. Without standard, he will try to put a rectangular thing in a circular. So there is a teamwork, there is one track is connected where the other one goes out of this. So standard is very, very essential kind of. It's very, very essential, and you can see this in terms of the charging of many systems through electrical thing. Without the standard, we kept on doing it, finally end up in the accident. So this is what I wanted to summarize this in terms of standard. You look at this current standard worldwide for various systems. You take the command and control link, navigation system, power source and propulsion. These are all the standard. Each one is having many, many volumes. Please understand. Each of the thing has got many, many volumes. And we are yet to start in some of the area, and we are in the very, very initial stage of bringing out this standard. So urban mobility is what earlier we have been talking from going from one place to another place through the VTOL and other concept. This though this looks very attractive, the issue here going to be how do you manage the traffic? How do you bring in this here also, unless you go for standard, our drone friends are not following any standard. They will send you. You may hit instead of going to airport, you may get collided with something else. I will tell you where this accident happened in the advanced country, where the drone hit the. So here, though the concept is very, very attractive, the issue is the navigation, navigation and standardization, and the traffic control system has to be brought in. If you take our own airport, there are many, many traffic control standards are there, systems are there, they are strictly following. So that kind of standard is not there. Let's say that going to create a problem in terms of urban mobility. So you can see this Boeing 737 collided with the drone. The drone got collided with the big Boeing 737-700 aircraft. So because of this kind of standards are not written and followed. And cyber security is another critical thing. The cyber security, you can see nowadays your computer is getting crashed. Many top public sector things are getting crashed. Here your sensor may be jammed, or your software may be jammed, or your navigation system may be jammed. One has to bring the very robust cyber security system in the drones. Our friends, I don't know how far they are aware. I'm sure they are not undermining their thing. But this has to be made more robust. The issue here is, all of you know the software is very fast, changing very, very fast. So, like you may be developing your own protective thing. Similarly, the counter protective thing also they are developing very fast. So, it has to be adopted and bring in the cyber security system as a foolproof system. Otherwise, the drone going to be a real mess. So now look at this current requirement of if you look at this, the aerospace volume, that is something like 600 to 700 units per year, and drone is almost 1 order, 2 order more. Like, okay, of course, automobile is much more. UAM volume, you can see the 5,000 to 50,000 units per year. So this is the kind of requirements what is there for ETOL market. Now, I would like to dwell on what is the market scenario, what India's share, what we need to do it. Now look at this worldwide market size position for commercial drone. 2016 to 2025. How this is growing non-linearly. Now the kind of the growth pattern you can see, and this is the drones what is sold in terms of thousands, and this is the revenue what it is earned in terms of $1 billion. It is $12.6 billion. It's a very great business, very great attractive business. But you have to bring in this system and standards, otherwise it will be going to get chaos. Now, India has witnessed approximately something like 34% growth in terms of number of drones, and the EAV, that's what my previous talk I told you, EAV import is banned in India. And 80% certified EAVs are more of agriculture. But though these EAVs are banned, our fellows are buying component and assembly. So this statement also I made, 60% of the applications reside in the beyond visual line of sight, and what need to be done to overcome this, what the government has to do it. So there only the production linked incentive, because now somebody has to do the indigenous thing. He has to fire his fingers. The government has to come forward and appreciate and do certain incentive. Otherwise, instead of doing indigenous development, people will continue to go for import because that is easier route. So that's where the production linked incentive is required, and demand is always rising. Now this, please look at this, the economy, drone economy, sky is the limit. Look at this, please. This is the up to 2020, 2,900 crore, 25 is something like 81,600 crore. Now what is projected for 2030 is 1,77,000 crore. This is the kind of current market what is projected by the professional market survey, not by any individual. So they brought out this kind of thing, and the problems are very unique to us. Cannot solve, our problem cannot be solved with the foreign technology. So what I want to say, yesterday's solution to tomorrow's problem not sustainable, and you have got Himalaya as well as desert. So it has to cater for our own thing. So system has to be designed for our domain, and the whatever Chinese building is not building for you. He is building on for his own application. Veteran sir wants to buy it, and he is trying to buy those components, assembled and selling it. That's what is happening. So that's where the Indian company has to come forward to do the design, to test it and integrate and use it. So this is very, very important slide, dear friends. So please look at this. Here what it gives is the various systems of the drones. Are you able to see? Are you able to see? Read this? Okay, I'm sorry. This, if you take this, this gives what is the import component versus indigenous component of various subsystems of the drone. Okay, now let us take this motor, ESC, propeller. Actually, this out of 100%, 75% are imported. Where from imported? China, Taiwan, US, and the European Union. Like this, if you take autopilot, this is what I was telling. ISRO has got strength, the DRDO has got strength in autopilot. We are having much more complex design, much more complex requirement. Can you nurture them? Can you make use of their knowledge? And can you use it for your drone application? We are not doing it, which is already 70% is getting imported, and only a very small portion is getting indigenously done. Like this, it gives, now you look at this electrical cable. Actually, 25% they are importing, importing 70% indigenously done. The airframe, that like whatever the composite structures, what is made, out of that 20% is imported and 75 indigenously done. What I wanted to say is, major systems of the drone and major portion of the drone, our people are importing it. The indigenization is very small. So you can see this. In fact, I'm sorry, this is not visible. It has got many, So the previous slide is expanded here in terms of the various components, okay? And it has got many advantages. Whatever product you make for drones can be used for many other domestic applications, like white goods. Many things are used for white goods. So like this, there is a commonalities and synergy with other industries are there that need to be tapped and make use of it properly. So where we lack, what is the lack now? That is, as I told earlier, this is the important thing. Predominantly, it is used in agriculture, dairy surveillance sector. Actually, what India is doing, India using this drone as a service provider. We are simply following as a service provider only. Aerospace has to take a lead, design, develop, and deliver. Whatever our drones friends are talking here, they are all service provider. Today they are maybe covering using some drone imported and cover the marriage function. Some other place they will use for pesticide or spraying. Some other place they may use for remote sensing, city mapping, and all those. These are, as far as India is concerned, drone is used as a service provider, not as a technology development. There are ample opportunity to start from the scratch, but you have to do fast. There are problems, and the issue here is you have to make your system more economical than what you are importing from China. There only the whole bottleneck lies. If you are developing your own NGC, navigation guidance and control system, you have to make it more economical than what China is doing. You have to compete with them. So that's where the issues are there. So there only we have to use can you use the artificial intelligence, that image and pattern recognition, communications, whatever knowledge is there, can it be tapped and convert them into, can you overcome the lack by this process? Now look at this, the global propulsion thing once again, I'm just repeating, the global UAV propulsion market is estimated to be, you look at this, very, very big number, $8.5 billion by 2027. Another 2 years from now, the propulsion market, as a drone propulsion market is something like 8.5 billion thing. Out of this, you look at this, most of the thing goes to electric propulsion. Somebody was asking from Shastra whether we can do satellite launch using our electric propulsion. I said, very welcome, you please come forward. I will help you to realize. So the electric propulsion is the major thing. Of course, the thermal propulsion is more of chemical thing. This is the propulsion point of view. Very good potential is there, and you can even develop very specific to this certain type of range of drones. And definitely, lot of potential is there. You can grow very fast. Now look at this. This also I mentioned earlier. If you take 1 rupee, how this 1 rupee is getting distributed among the various systems of the drones. Very interesting picture. Please make a note of it. Look at this. Drone equipment, 12%. The battery cost, propulsion thing is 8%. Maintenance cost 3%. And I wanted you to see this 65%. That is data processing. You are all very, very good in the data analytics, the IT. Very fertile brain is there. Can you make use of that? Can you channelize it and tap the 65%? I was talking in the context of space, 60% going to the data of a product. So the similar system is prevailing in the drone also. If you look at this, 65% goes to the drone process, data processing. That needs only some data analytics. You need only workstation and good brain, peaceful thinking and execute. You need not have a very great infrastructure to develop the propeller or whatever it is. So this is a very potential area where your youngsters can contribute and India can get benefited. So where is the problems are there? You look at this current ecosystem, it can be technical, market investment, regulatory. There are 3 circles. We have got sufficient knowledge, domain expert, in solving the individual circle. But there are problems wherever this kind of the intersections are there. Here only this red, green, and this color only has got problem. So the challenges lie in the intersection, whereas the domain knowledge, individual domain can be, we have got sufficient expertise. So that way, how do you integrate, how do you interface, how do you make this, how do you make it compatible? So I have to interact with the SAR. SAR has to say what he wants. Certain mutual discussion has to be there, compromise has to be there, knowledge transfer has to be there. There only the issues are there. SAR may be very good in propulsion, he may be designing propulsion thing. So Mr. Gogol may be designing his own airframe thing. But when you try to interface, there only the crux of the problems are there, and that needs to be attended. So challenges in Indian ecosystem, I'm not going to read out all these things. I think it is very obvious. We can look at this. The lack of active participation in research by major Indian industries. No, the major Indian industries are not coming forward. Adani wants to only manufacture. Reliance, Ambani wants to only manufacture. Adani brought in terms of producing the missiles. He doesn't want to do any R&D. He wants a fabrication drawing to be provided on his table. He will produce the missiles. But the DRDO doesn't do that. DRDO does many research and implement it and move forward. But current public sector major stalwarts in the country, they don't want to do any research R&D. He wants the final product. Adani, what he does, I'm sorry, I'm not specific, please, I am not against Adani or Ambani. They are all the people who, in fact, Reliance, his company is 25 lakh crore, which is 1/4 of Indian GDP. So we have to salute them. What the point I want to make is, they don't want to invest their effort and money in doing R&D. They want to do only the integration and certainly can move forward. That's certainly one of the problems. So lack of skilled technicians, actually even there are many, I wanted to tell this in this contest. Recently one startup in Hyderabad, they wanted to recruit, they called me as an expert to interview. We went through online, we went to many IITs, post-graduation. Out of more than 90 fellows, only 3 people got selected. The point is their knowledge, their experience, their focus is something different. They have to attend to the fundamental issues, fundamental problems, we have clear concept of the concept. So that area need to be improved upon. So the lack of coordination in realizing the product between industry and user. These are all the ecosystem issues are there. Overall, the stakeholders, if you look at these customers, the military users, surveillance agency, developer is a design agency, production agency, testing agency, facilitator. These are all the policy makers, the government agencies. Certification agency is another, they are also government. The CENILAC is the certifying agency for all our civilian and defense purpose. There is no certification agency identified in India to certify your drone. Google can integrate his own drone and fly. He is not following any standard. There only the certifying agency has to be identified by the government, and that has to impose the terms and conditions on the developer. Then only the system will improve. Otherwise, drone will fly. It will have its own issues. So what is the way forward? This is one, I think already I told, the propulsion and power is indigenization of the battery is one of the major thing. The concerted effort by government to convert, actually the lithium ion, we are saying one of the potential propulsion unit. We have got in Jammu Kashmir one mine. We are not minding that to mine it. But China, they bought mine in South Africa, where lithium is there. They bought the mine itself. They know lithium is going to rule the whole power propulsion system of the drones. They are importing, they are mining it, and they are producing, and we are buying from China this lithium material. But we have got our own lithium mines in the Jammu Kashmir, the Rajasthan area, that need to be tapped so that at least we can produce certain amount of lithium and move forward. So the standardization, as already told, these are all the things. Okay, now coming to the way forward, as I told, this the in terms of flight control, command, towards this, the knowledge what is there need to be channeled. The consortium of autopilot, cybersecurity, ESC, and motor sensor can be formed, and the drones developers, they can approach this consortium and take it. That is, instead of consortium itself is not there. Where you will go? He will go to China only. So what the need of the hour is, consortium need to be formed by government, and so that there must be some agency. So the consortium to work on communication, future technologies, 5G, SATCOM, and NAVIC kind of thing. And like this, the UTM is the traffic management, EAS traffic management is another issues, where what need to be done is, we need to form a consortium in which various group of experts are there, and they can go and approach them, and they have to provide solution. That is lacking. Yeah, this is another path forward. What I wanted to say is, so we have got our own strength. For example, we are very strong in IT, software. Can you make use of it? As I told, 68% can be, 68% of the drone economy going to the software. Can you tap it? We are buying it from China only. We are buying from Taiwan only. Why? Because there is no mechanism to channelize the expertise what is available in the country to tap it. So, SAR is going abroad, and not even abroad, he makes his own call and get the software. That is easier for you. That's what happens. So like this, because this is going to be the, in terms of manufacturing, you have to go for the rapid prototyping, and you have to have agile manufacturing technology. You cannot, like olden days, you fix that and keep on produce bolt and nuts for you so many decades. You have to be adaptive to change what is the requirement for the drones. Change it and implement and go forward. That is what need to be done in terms of agile manufacturing. Okay, of course, collaboration is required with the academic institutions and the government agencies. And these are all the challenges and opportunities. India uniquely poised in terms of technology with you, policies and intent. It is possible to leapfrog foreign technology if we systematically invest. So these complex challenges can be only addressed with the cooperation between various stakeholders, maybe academia, industry, and government. Critical technologies need incentive to indigenize. This is what I was telling. Whatever critical technology is developed that needs indigenization, some incentives, otherwise they will not be coming forward to realize indigenously. So go for the smart material, photonics, and artificial intelligence in terms of the proactive research in emerging technology. And this is very, very important statement. Please make a note. Aerospace has to lead the way, not be a customer. I am repeating, aerospace has to lead the way, not be the customer. So right now what we are doing, we are all customers only. We are providing services. Agriculture, we are providing some drone for spraying, marriage photography, urban photography, all those things. So this is what the technology gap, what are the technology gaps to be bridged here is listed down here. And so what I wanted to say is several technology components such as motors, propeller, battery, autopilot are still important. It is all within your reach, and make it feasible and make it competitive. This is what the message I want to tell. Oh, okay, this startup I told you earlier, this is the aerospace startup, more than 200 startups are there. Okay, I wanted to tell one more interesting startup which some of you may be interested. You know the space debris. Every country is dumping lot of debris after the satellite is injected. Last stage of the rocket is going in the orbit. Satellite after lifetime is over, it is getting disintegrated. It is going. There are many thousands of millions of debris are there, and there is one startup who came forward to clear the debris. Clear the debris. Please understand. Every country wanted to make use of the space by sending their own satellite and make use of it. But nobody wants to clear the space. But the startup is coming forward. Please think. Why I'm saying is, the current generation level of thinking, he doesn't know who is his customer. He doesn't know how he is going to clear the whole thing, who is going to pay for him. But he is coming forward to clear the space, and he is having startup in Bangalore and emerging as one of the big breadwinner. So with this, I wanted to complete, since as our Subramaniam sir was telling, whole nation is celebrating the Space Day on 23rd of August, which has we landed on the southern polar region of the moon. And now you are going to celebrate as part of it. How do you handle? Yeah. No voice, huh? Hello. Go back. Create noise. Why that audio is not coming?
No one successfully landed near the moon's south pole before.
This will be the most crucial part, the terminal descent.
It is belonging for India. Thank you, PMIST, for making India proud. जब भारत ने चंद्रमा पर तिरंगा फहराया, उस दिन को अब नेशनल स्पेस डे के रूप में मनाया जाएगा।
I'm closing my talk. If any clarification, any queries, I'm very happy to clarify them. And next slide, I think, next end up. Yeah, this is my last slide. Thank you so much. I am happy I cleared all your doubts.
Thank you for giving enlightening lecture, sir. We request session chairman, Dr.
On behalf of the organizing committee, I sincerely thank Dr. Pandian for giving a wonderful lecture in this seminar on trends in aviation. Once again, I thank Dr. Pandian and other participants for taking part in this program. Thank you very much.
Audience, can I start the panel? Okay, silence is the mark of action. Thank you very much. Very good afternoon. My personal thanks to the organizers and my own university for inviting me as the moderator for the panel. As many of the speakers in the morning session said, space tech and defense sector is new to them. I also little new. Anyhow, with my background as the business development manager, incubation manager for startups, I have read the recent policies issued by the Government of India and our own state. So with that theoretical knowledge and some interaction with the experts in the field, I think I can moderate the session comparatively comfortable to the audience level. So most of the audience are from student community. So we try to set the context of the panel, which will be useful for you to pursue your dream or some opportunities in the aerospace and defense sector. In that, so it is for the other speakers. Let the panel focus on the strength, opportunities, weakness at present the ecosystem has in promoting the startup culture. As we all know, the Government of India has released its Indian space policy in 2023. Even well before that, in 2019 itself, the defense corridor project for the nation, one in Tamil Nadu is announced. Thanjavur is close to Trichy, and Trichy is one of the four pivotal point in the defense corridor in Tamil Nadu. Okay. And also, Tamil Nadu government is proposing Tamil Nadu State Aerospace and Defense Industry Policy, which is already drafted, issued for public opinion. And they are also planning space-based districts that include Madurai, Thuthukudi, Tirunelveli, and Virudhunagar. And we also have one of the ISRO stations in Mahendragiri, which is little close to Trivandrum and Bangalore. So we have the facility of ISRO in the state. And also very recently, if you read the newspapers regularly, our all state initiated entities like TITCO, CITCO, ELCOT, and even special economic zones, they are all promoting deep tech startups. So obviously that includes your space tech and defense sector also. And in Tamil Nadu is known to have very big industries, especially from Coimbatore, be it Pricol or Lakshmi Machine Works, many industries to list. So we have big industries in Tamil Nadu. And Tamil Nadu is also known for auto clusters. If you go to Chennai, Tiruvallur, we have a lot of automobile clusters. That means we have the engineering capabilities and the facilities. And electronic companies like starting from Dell, Motorola, Samsung, Foxconn, Siemens, and Nokia, everybody have their presence in the state. And as we all say, we have a lot of higher education institutes, especially in engineering. We have a very well connectivity, both air and road. Of course, we have a long coastal line also. Though we don't prefer ship for transport, we can claim that all the three ways of transport is available. And lot of incentives being announced by the both central government and state governments. And if you look at the names and profile of the most of the ISRO scientists, you will have more of Tamil people, right from Abdul Kalam and up to Madam Vijay Lakshmi. Most of the mission directors, both Chandrayaan, Mangalam, whatever the thing, you can see Tamil names. That means lot of aerospace scientists coming from Tamil Nadu. It is another major strength for our state. With this background, let us take the panel discussion on the topic, the role of government, industry and academia in sculpting Tamil Nadu aerospace startup ecosystem. That means startup ecosystem is to be exposed to the upcoming startup founders. So mostly they are students or the immediate master graduates. So we need to discuss about the startup ecosystem only before you as an audience. So this panel is for you to take a decision whether you can pivot your expectation towards entrepreneurship or research. In both way, for research and entrepreneurship, aerospace and defense sector provide you a lot of opportunity. So I have listed some of these strengths. Let's listen to the panel members. How do they look at the state having the strength of promoting the ecosystem in aerospace and defense sector? And to begin with, let us listen from the government. Request Prabhu to highlight what is the state government's plan for promoting ecosystem in the sector. Over to you.
Thanjavur, and then we are covering Thanjavur, Mailaduguri, Nagapattinam, Pudukkottai, and then Tiruvallur. So startup TN. Actually, most of them know about startup Tamil Nadu. So we are from MSME department, government of Tamil Nadu. So we are identifying and then evaluating the unique startups, and then identifying, evaluating unique startups, and then we have provided the support for all of them. That's our main goal. Okay, fine. What about government rules? What about government schemes about startups and then government rules about aerospace sector? Actually, we are providing support to 30 type of sectors, so including aerospace sector, defense sector, and then aviation sector. And then now we are focusing on in Thanjavur, we are focusing on already, we talk about tech space, there is agri and food tech in Thanjavur. There is agri and food tech hub in Thanjavur. Nowadays, we see IT sector is booming in Thanjavur, right? Most of the IT sector is here. So, and then Air Force, actually, Indian Air Force is here, so we have to focus on aerospace sector in Thanjavur. Okay. And then in future, that's the main thing of this program. Actually, before 2 months, we have discussed about these things only. So in future, we have to start about aerospace sector, center of excellence here. So because of your students only, right? Suppose you have to promote your going to pitch in the sector related, the aerospace sector related means you are searching, we are identifying and validating your aerospace sector related startup, and then we are promoting startups, we are promoting aerospace startup in here. Right? So and then regarding to that, Tamil Nadu Startup Innovation Policy, and then Tamil Nadu Startup Innovation Policy 2018-2023, and then Tamil Nadu Aerospace and Defense Industry Policy 2022, and then Tamil Nadu Industry Policy 2021. So these three industry policies related to aerospace defense, and then these tells like that we are identifying the aerospace sector related startup, and then we have create the employment opportunity 10,000 in every year for this sector. That is our main goal. So we create a 10,000 employment in every year for this aerospace sector. So before that, we have to identify some of the aerospace sector related startups, that is depending upon students' ideas. Okay. So now we are searching students' ideas, and then we have connected innovation centers. Already you know about the 5 defense corridor is available in Tamil Nadu. That is in Chennai, Coimbatore, Hosur, Salem, and Trichy. In Trichy, you see that LIT Trichy. LIT Trichy, that is having a defense industry corridor. And then probably you may have connected to a LIT Trichy, right? So we are connecting your ideas to that 5 defense corridor, and then we have to focus, and then we have continuously monitoring with you, and we are continuously monitoring, and then suppose you are definitely being a good idea, definitely you are having a good concept now, we are providing funding support, and then we are not providing funding, we are providing mentoring support also. Then this will be a aerospace. That is our main goal. Okay. So probably we discuss further. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Karpanan. So the government of Tamil Nadu has already taken initiative that they have the policy setting. Because unless otherwise you have an open policy on how the government is going to promote emerging sector, many of us will not be able to understand who will support and what kind of support will be available, because it is not an existing industry. So far, ISRO is the monopoly in space research. as far as the defense is concerned, DRDO is handling most of the research related to defense. So in both the sectors, we have two giant monopolies. Now government has come down that the growth cannot be achieved only through limited players in the sectors. That's why government is also opening up an avenue for privatization, especially with the statistics available in all over the world. Almost 300 billion US dollars, that is equivalent to 3 lakh Indian 3 lakh crore Indian rupees worth of market is available for space tech alone. In this, India is having only 2% market share. That is only around how much could be 2% of 3 lakhs. It's only 60,000 crore Indian rupees. So now they are expecting 45% annual growth rate, so leading to 50 billion US dollars market share in another 5 years. That means from 2% share of the 318 billion to 50 billion. That means 1/6 of the world market. That means another 5 years we need to create so much of industrial space in the space and defense sector with lot of opportunities available. But in order to reach that landmark, we need infrastructure facilities, we need trained manpower, we need government support. There should be a clearly stated policy available, and there should be funding and a fund flow available. Even for a small POC or prototype level of research, we need lakhs of rupees as far as space and defense is concerned. Who will invest in that? So obviously these are all bottlenecks. Though we have other industries doing well, and not only IT, other manufacturing industries also doing well as far as India is concerned. But as far as space and defense sector is concerned, let us listen to an industry player how they are tackling these issues, especially trained manpower and fund requirement and other infrastructure, certification, all other issues. Over to you.
Thank you, Madam. Yeah. Venkatraj, CEO of Mobility Next. இதுக்கு முன்னால Society of Automotive Engineers India, அதுல DDG-ஆ இருந்தேன் 7 வருஷம். அதுக்கு முன்னால IBM India. So lived in US, Dubai, Muscat, all through automotive and aerospace industry. தமிழ்ல பேசலாம். உங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப ஈஸியா இருக்கும் இல்லையா? எஸ் நோ? ஸோ இண்டஸ்ட்ரி பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் இந்த டாபிக் பற்றி பேசணும்னா, அதாவது ரோல் ஆஃப் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி, கவர்மெண்ட் அண்ட் அகாடமியா இன் ஸ்கல்ப்டிங் ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் ஸ்டார்ட் அப் சிஸ்டம், ஈகோ சிஸ்டம், அதுதான் டாபிக். ஒரு சின்ன டேட்டா கொடுக்கணும்னா, ஐம் ஷூர் டாக்டர் கற்பனன் வில் அக்ரி வித் மீ. இந்தியாவிலேயே 9,000+ ஸ்டார்ட் அப்ஸ் இருக்கிற ஒரே ஸ்டேட் தமிழ்நாடு. இப்போ கூட கேட்க மாட்டீங்க. பிளஸ் டிபிஐஐடின்னு ஒன்று இருக்கு, ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு மே நாட் பி தெரியாது. அது வந்து ஒரு ரெகக்னேஷன், இட்ஸ் கவர்மெண்ட் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட். அந்த வகையில் பார்த்தா we are number 3. ஸோ நேற்று ஐ வாஸ் வித் ஸ்டார்ட் அப் டிஎன் ஏவிபி. அவர் வந்து he said 12% of this 9,000 only are in mobility sector, which includes automobile, two-wheeler, aerospace, space tech எல்லாம். ஸ்பேஸ் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா தமிழ்நாட்டில் கையில் விரலில் விட்டு எண்ணலாம், ஒரு 10-15 தான் இருக்கும். ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் அன் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி ஃபார் ஆல் தி ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் என்ஜினியர்ஸ் ஹியர். அதுக்கு ஆங்கிலம் பேச தெரியாது அப்படிங்கிறது ஒரு தடை இல்லை, பணம் இல்லை அப்படிங்கிறது ஒரு தடை இல்லை, அல்லது எனக்கு எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் இல்லை, அனுபவம் இல்லை அப்படிங்கிறது ஒரு தடை இல்லை. எது வந்து தடையா இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா ஐடியாஸ் இல்லை அப்படிங்கிறது தான். ஸோ இஃப் யூ ஹேவ் அன் ஐடியா ரைட் நவ், இட் இஸ் வெரி கன்டியூசிவ். எங்களுக்கெல்லாம் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி கிடைச்சுன்னு நான் நேற்று மிஸ்டர் பர்வேஸ் ஆலம், எக்ஸிக்யூட்டிவ் டைரக்டர் ஒன் ஆஃப் தி டெக்னாலஜி பிஸ்னஸ் இன்குபேட்டர், மேடம்க்கு தெரியும், சிஐஏசி கிரசன்ட் காலேஜ். We went to one of the auto OEMs. அவர் சொல்றாரு, சார் நான் வந்து 20 லட்சம் 30 லட்சம் 50 லட்சம் நான் செக் எழுதிட்டு இருக்கிறேன். நான் படிச்சு வெளியே வந்தப்ப யாராவது ஒருத்தர் 10 லட்சம் ரூபாய் கொடுத்திருந்தா கூட நான் வந்து இப்போ ஆண்டர்பிரினர் ஆயிருப்பேன் அப்படின்னாரு. So, ladies and gentlemen, the environment now, especially in Tamil Nadu, for startup is amazing. இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு என்வாயன்மெண்ட் கிடைக்காது. ஸ்டார்ட் அப் டிஎன் அல்லது தமிழ்நாடு ஸ்கில் டெவலப்மெண்ட் கார்பரேஷன் அவங்க எல்லாம் வந்து they run like a private organization. நேற்று இடி ஆட்டோ அப்படிங்கிற எக்கனாமிக் டைம்ஸ் ஆட்டோ ஒரு பெரிய மேகசின், வேர்ல்ட் லெவல்ல பிசினஸ் மேகசின்ல நம்பர் 2. அதனோட எடிட்டரை கூப்பிட்டு போயிருந்தேன் ஃபார் சம் டிஸ்கஷன். அவர் சொல்றாரு, திஸ் இஸ் வெரி அன்சர்காரி அப்படின்னு ஹிந்தியில சொன்னார். இந்த ஆஃபீஸ்க்குள்ள போகும்போது ஒரு கவர்மெண்ட் ஆஃபீஸ்க்குள்ள போற மாதிரியே எனக்கு தெரியல வெங்கட் அப்படின்னாரு. ஸோ கமிங் பேக் டு டாபிக், இண்டஸ்ட்ரி பத்தி பேசணும்னா ஐ திங்க் ஸ்கில் கேப் மேடம் சொன்ன மாதிரி இட் இஸ் வெரி ஹெவி. இந்தியாவில் 3757 இன்ஜினியரிங் காலேஜஸ் இருக்கு, அக்ரெடிட்டட் டு AICTE 3757. இன்னைக்கு காலையில் அது இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆயிருக்கலாம், சொல்ல முடியாது. அதுல ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் ஆர் ஏரோநாட்டிக்கல் இன்ஜினியரிங் சொல்லி கொடுக்குற காலேஜஸ் எவ்வளோ பர்சன்டேஜ் இருக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறீங்க? 3800 வச்சுக்கோங்களேன் ஒரு ரவுண்டா. எனி கெஸஸ்? Not even 10%. இது வந்து ஒரு பக்கம். ரெண்டாவது பக்கம் வந்து I am in touch with Boeing and GE Aerospace and few other aerospace companies for my job. I mean consulting அதெல்லாம். அவங்க சொல்றதெல்லாம் என்னன்னா, பாஸ் ஏரோநாட்டிக்கல் ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் இன்ஜினியரிங் படிச்சுட்டு வராங்க, பட் they're not directly employable. ஒட்டுமொத்தமா நீங்க ஏன் சார் அப்படி சொல்றீங்க? பிரைட் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் மேடம் சொன்ன மாதிரி எல்லாரும் தமிழ்நாட்டில் தான் வந்திருக்காங்க. தட் இஸ் ஃபார் அண்ட் ஃபியூ. ஜெனரிக்கா பார்க்க போனா ஐ நீட் மோர் டேலண்ட், மோர் ஸ்கில் அப்படின்றாங்க. ஸோ மை சஜஷன் டு த இண்டஸ்ட்ரி இஸ் தே ஹேவ் டு என்கரேஜ் அப்ரெண்டிஸ்ஷிப் மோர். அது ஒரு ரூலாவே கொண்டு வரணும். எனி ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி ஷுட் ஆக்சுவலி ஹேவ் எக்ஸ் நம்பர் ஆஃப் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். அடுத்தது GETs, they should recruit from the aerospace departments of the nearby colleges. They must do it. And they should participate in non-முதல்வன் scheme. நிறைய பேருக்கு தெரியுமான்னு தெரியல. தெரியுமா non-முதல்வன்? சிகரம் தொடு அப்படின்னு ஒண்ணு இருக்கு. கை தொடுங்க, யாருக்கு தெரியும்? வெரி குட், ஒருத்தருக்கு தெரியும். நல்ல அழகான பேர் அது. அது என்னன்னா, if you get trained in deep tech skills, they will give you, government will pay you, not you, the trainer. So you get free certification and free apprenticeship for 3 months. அதுக்கு ஒரு அமௌண்ட்லாம் இருக்கு. I don't want to get into that. So all the industry members should actually explore non-முதல்வன் scheme, and they should encourage space and aerospace startups. IAFல வந்து ஏர் ஸ்பேஸ் கண்டினியூம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு பெரிய ப்ராஜெக்ட் இருக்கு. That's nothing but from defense technology we wanted to rule the air space அப்படின்னு. அதை ரொம்ப சிம்பிளா டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணனா உங்க லெவலுக்கு வந்து more and more aerospace projects should come to India, should be done by India, self-reliance அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. So I will finish with one topic. CSR அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஒன்று இருக்கு, corporate social responsibility. So there is a rule from 2013 that 2% of the EBITDA, அதாவது profit, if company is making 100 crores profit, this is applicable only for large companies. 2%, that is 2 crores will have to be invested in community projects. So my suggestion is, out of the 2%, 1% they should actually invest in skilling deep tech, aerospace. So I am from mobility tech. இப்போ எங்க வெப்சைட் போய் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா தெரியும், we have electric vehicle technology and we are tied up with ASDC and all that. So there is a lot of requirement for skilled engineers. So I will stop here just to sum it up. Apprenticeship, GETs, participate in non-முதல்வன், சிகரம் தொடு, and encourage startups with the colleges, and airspace continuum project, and 1% on skilling. So I'll stop here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Another one is also from industry, but comparatively, they're upcoming. They have been listed in top 100 space startups in India, in Tamil Nadu. Representing the Pulinam Aerospace, the co-founder Shiva is here. Shiva, I would like to hear from you. You are having another founder who have academic background. Mr. Kannavaran was a teacher. Happened to be one of the first teachers of your own aeronautical department. So, having said that, now we started from government, industry, and we are moving to academia. So you have a mix of a founder having academic experience and a young brain like you. So how the combination worked out for you in Pulinam getting to this level?
Hi everyone, I'm Shiva Prasad and I don't have experience as the other people who gave speech today. I'm just 24 years old, I graduated 2 years back. So, and then when I was doing my college, so I met Karnagaran sir. So he was my mentor. So he guided me through this startup process and everything. So initially when we started, we had this idea about what to do, and then we didn't know how to take it further. Sir has my founder. He is a person who discovered Asia's first flying bike. He has the field expertise as well as the knowledge that is required for the startup. So what he has to do is he has to teach me simultaneously and also have to help grow the startup also. So the challenges that we faced majorly is so this field is like a little bit new to me because I'm a fast learner, but it was a little bit new to me. So it took a little while for me to get comfortable with the things that we were working on. So the challenges majorly were we had to do a lot and lot of R&D for this because this is something related to space startup. We can't just build something in the backyard and then just fly it and then tell people, yeah, we did it. It doesn't work that way. So we had to do a lot and lot of R&D. So few of my team people are also here who are here. So from the government side, actually, there are a lot of schemes where they let you use the technologies that are used by the government. For example, ISRO lets you use the technologies that they have to build your particular product or something if you have this prior permissions and everything. So there are a lot of labs that are available for you to grow and then learn. So you just don't want to build your own lab to build something. There are government schemes that help you to use their technologies and their knowledges so that you can grow at a much rapider speed. So we took the help from a lot of seniors, experts who are from from the friend circle and from the from my professor circle and all. Like a lot of people who are having this experience just came together. They helped us grow, and then we are where we are right now. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. You rightly pointed out that unlike other sectors where in other sectors we need to spend our money, we need to set up our own facility to even provide a POC or prototype. But in space and defense sector, it's a very we are in a better position that we can use the government facilities. All the ISRO labs, they support upcoming research and startup ideas from you. Even in fact, I read in one of the magazines that Sriharikota Launching Center provides the space to launch private satellites. Of course, we need to get all permissions on the things, but it is not. There is so much is available, support available from the government. That means these emerging sectors, we can't say emerging sector, now it is opening up to privatization. So we call it as emerging sectors. So both space and defense has the support of the government. We need to reach the $50 billion in another 5 years. So having set that target, Let us listen to the last speaker of the panel in the first round. My one, both the pride and problematic student as well as startup, lovable boy. He is the Bharat Prabhu. We used to call Bharat, his name is likely Bharat Prabhu. He and some of the bunch of students from the almost the early batches of aeronautical engineering, he never attended the class, which I handled for them. For the entire semester, he came for only few classes, and at that time I was asking everybody to give a idea for the campus venture. So this is to know how we pick up the right person for the right thing. While everybody was talking about the canteen related issues, starting a hostel related, he mentioned an idea which I don't want to detail out here because it's everything recorded. The way he chose that idea for a campus venture itself, so I got the spot that this fellow has to be promoted. So I gave him attendance. I still know I'm a strict teacher for providing attendance, but the idea which he presented for the class, that made me to dilute my own principle. So I gave him the attendance for the semester. With the, I think I will not damage your image. Still, I like the way Bharat handles the things. Very nice boy. He is a very good manager. Technically savvy, but he loves to manage the things. With his few more classmates, they all joined and they have registered their startup with the Periyar Technology Business Incubator. First company is Sonara, and then later on they have there was another drone company, Vimana Labs. So, Bharat, can you explain how incubation system? Now, everybody talks about the incentives and other facilities available from the government. In 2016, that was not there. So, with your own guts and determination, you people started the startup. So, just you can brief what was the difficulty thing that you faced and compare with the ecosystem available for startups right now.
Hello, thank you, and it feels great for me presenting before my guru. And not only the first priority, everything which I'm standing right now is all started from the great icon, Dr. A.P. Aruna, my mentor and greatest guru, which what to say, like you have options, okay? Within the university, you got a lot of options. The usage of the option is very low, which I see nowadays. In the past, like 1 or 2 years, I haven't seen much people have enrolling into the TBA and saying like this is my idea. There is a beautiful palace over there in the TBA, and there is a queen sitting at there, and you are just missing some greater opportunities. Just try to go and explore it, explore with ma'am. Okay, try to learn a lot of things. Okay, you should not stop here. Can I get this? Can I get this? Fine. Like starting with this, like how we started in the sense we initially on those days like 2016 and all, like we used to discuss discuss in the class for at least like 10 or 15 minutes, okay, regarding any new things, especially in ma'am's class. Like at that time, eventually I could not attend all the classes, obviously, sorry for it. But one time when I have visited ma'am's class, like she asked for some idea and we have pitched up. The things have started there. The brave conversation happened between the 30 people, and the lecturer defines like what is the next 5 or 10 years of a particular human being. And the one thing is that human being was me. Okay. So like initially, once you have any idea or innovation, you need to pitch it to somebody who is in a prior hierarchy or who have a prior experience more than you. Okay. So that is the main key into the entrepreneurship. You need to have that guts. If things are wrong, fine, things are wrong. Okay, you might be blamed or you might be like dropping that idea and shifting to some other. But the thing is that you need to let things out. Okay. For example, right now, this is the way we started. Okay. Then we have been meeting ma'am in his office for multiple times, sitting and discussing like this is the new idea we have. I have come up with like somewhere around like 5-10 ideas in the previous during the even in the final year of my college. Okay, and finally we have came up with the idea of drones. Okay, that is where everything started in 2016. We sit and asked for how to what is the incubation, because like our team is fully bootstrapped team till now. Okay, we haven't went for any seed funding or venture funding yet now. Okay, so like in initial stages there is no people to fund us. So at that time drones and aerospace industry was very low. Even like till 2020 the space industry lies only in the hands of ISRO. Okay, so there is no private companies has been enriched or boosted by the government of India till 2020. So ISRO was the only leader. After 2020, now the government and ISRO as well as the government agencies and as well as the private investors are trying to boost up the or scale up the aerospace industry, right? Okay, so it is the as of my opinion towards the space industry is this is the best time to enter into the space industry, because lot of capitalists are inside, okay, and venture capitalists and as well as like a lot of investors are coming in. Last lot of projects has been like in the starting stage, in a budding stage. Okay, as I see towards the aerospace industry is nobody is nowadays like how many people know like what are the space agencies in our country, private space agencies? Can I get any 1, 2, 3, 5? Any space agency in the world? Cairo? Any top space companies, private players of in the aerospace industry? Yeah, like first thing is SpaceX, Elon Musk. Okay, in India, Tamil Nadu. So this is a bigger issue right now. After 2020, there are a lot of space players has come in, private space players. We need to note it down and we need to go for internships and all. Okay. The thing is that like the space agency, some of the space agency which I can list is like Skyroot Aerospace. Okay, which is one of the directors, Mr. Pawan. Okay, they are like building rockets. They have launch pads. Okay, India has become a main hub for rocket launches in the future upcoming years. Okay, the market value has grows beyond like $300 billion or $1,500 billion in near coming by 2030. Okay, so like Skyroot Aerospace, and like even in Tamil Nadu, there is a company called Eternal X. Okay, Eternal X is a company, okay, which is in Tamil Nadu. They have raised $5 million of funding for the project called reusable rockets. Okay, SpaceX makes like partially reusable rockets, but this Eternal X company is making a fully reusable rockets. That is their main motive, and also they are the founders of that particular Eternal X space company is from ISRO. So we are from the same DNA. So obviously, like ISRO people can't fail anywhere and any stream after in upcoming years, because like we the world knows like India is the best place to launch the space industries, and the space industry will become stronger and stronger. Okay. Meanwhile, like on my value towards the industry is like we find a mentor, okay, or a guru, which is Dr. A.P. Aruna, and then like, we have been sitting and discussing with them, building up a model, building up a business model which lasts for another 3 or 5 years is most important. Okay, we have made up a 100 days model, 1000 days model, how to run a business. We used to like take mentorship, like how to market a particular product, or how to make or how to get a client, how to visit a new client. Okay, because like we directly came from college. We haven't went to any other companies and we have learned anything, and we just come back and starting up a new startup. We haven't done anything. We don't know our knowledge towards like running a business is zero. Okay, all which we have made is only through our faculty and as well as our guru or mentor. Okay, so find a good mentor. Okay, pitch up your idea, sit and discuss, learn more technically. Make yourself highly knowledgeable on a particular single stream. Okay, nowadays aerospace is going to hit up. Okay, things are eating up after 2020, and you have like millions and billions dollars are coming in from the foreign investors and as well as the government agencies. Try to make use of it and meet a mentor, give your idea, process it, and then make money out of it. Okay, thank you so much.
thank you. I think too much of price for his mentor. I think you don't have any request, no? Followed by this meeting.
Till now I haven't spoke anything regarding having
Okay, let us stop it then. I think you don't have any request for today evening or tomorrow. I will not sanction anything. Back to the round two quickly. Dr. Karpan, you said that government is supporting a lot. But in mostly when you talk about startups, aspiring students becoming startups, we cannot expect them to have everything readily available to meet an expert like going to NIT, to chief or anything. They need some other hand-holding support at their doorstep. Have you or the government is planning any such initiative to provide some kind of awareness or mentoring? It's like a boot camp kind of thing or workshops at colleges level, so that the confidence of the students getting increased and they are motivated to have not only to have an idea but also to go to NIT. So when they go to NIT professors, they should be in a position to pitch their idea at least very clearly and boldly. I think this kind of college level exposures and training should be. Do you have any plan for that at least regional level?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, thank you, ma'am. Actually, on the startup year, main focus on almost சொல்லிட்டேன். Main we have focus on students nowadays. இப்போ focus பண்ற students are focus பண்றோம். So main map கேட்ட மாதிரி இப்போ actually on non-violent already சார் சொல்லிருந்தாங்க non-violent சிகரம் தொடு சொல்லிருந்தாங்க. செகண்ட் செஷன் சொன்னோம் பார்த்தே சார் ஃபர்ஸ்டே சொல்லிட்டாரு. ஸோ non-violent இப்போ ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் ட்ரைனிங் ரீசனாக பைலட் ட்ரைனிங் அடுத்து ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் ட்ரைனிங் ஸ்பேஸ் டெக் ட்ரைனிங் இதெல்லாம் நெக்ஸ்ட் பண்ண போகிறோம். அப்போ அவங்களோட டைப் பண்ணி அண்ட் தென் அது ரிலேட்டடாக நம்ம ரீசெண்டாக நிறைய ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் செக்டர்ஸ் இருக்க மென்டார்ஸ் ரீசெண்டாக இப்போ நம்ம கருடா ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் அண்ட் தென் இப்போ யாழ் ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் ப்ராசஸ் இருக்காங்க நான் பண்ணுறதுக்கு நம்ம தஞ்சாவூர்ல இருக்கு. அதே போல இப்போ சோர்சஸ் எங்கே இருக்குன்னு பார்த்துட்டு இப்போ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் நம்ம தமிழ்நாடுக்குள்ள ஒரு மென்டார் இருக்குன்னு அவசியம் கிடையாது. ஸோ இங்கேயும் சோர்சஸ் இருக்கு. ஸோ மேபி யூஸ் யாழ் ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் அவங்க மென்டாரை வச்சு அவங்க வச்சு வி ஹேவ் டீச்சர் உங்களுக்கு டீச் பண்ணுவாங்க அவங்க. ஓகே அவங்க புக் கேம்ப் தட் இஸ் Bharat said mentor support. So you have to choose particular mentor. So influencer mentor கண்டிப்பா தேவை. Because நம்ம ஐடியா we are think பண்ணோம்னா this is idea test. இது யாரும் பண்ணல. Most of them is like this. So this is an innovative idea. This is I am going to pitch first. எல்லாமே innovator. நான் தான் startup, நான் தான் entrepreneur, நான் தான் businessman அப்படின்ற மாதிரி தான் திங்க் பண்ணிட்டு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைமே பிட்ச் பண்ணுவோம். சார் நிறைய கஸ்டமர்ஸ் வருவாங்க, நிறைய கஸ்டமர்ஸ் வாங்குவாங்க, இதுக்கு நிறைய வேலிட் இருக்கு. எதுவுமே சர்வே பண்ணாம டைரக்டா they are going to pitch. எந்த ஒரு சர்வே பண்ணாம don't think about that, right? So first அந்த ஃபீல்ட பத்தி சர்வே எடுங்க. Okay, so before starting your every project, not for only space sector, suppose you are going for some other sector means you have to take survey. So இது customer viability இருக்கா. So மெயினா உங்க customers யாரு, you have to identify the target customers. So most of them customers இல்லாமலே போயிடும், இந்த ப்ராடக்ட் வேலிட் இல்லாமலே போயிடும். அதனால before start your every project அந்த customer identification that is very very important. உங்க ஐடியா எப்போ ஆரம்பிக்குதோ அப்ப இருந்தே உங்களோட மார்க்கெட்டிங் பிராண்டிங் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகும். ஓகே, அந்த ஸ்டேஜ் அந்த டைம்ல இருந்தே நீங்க மார்க்கெட்டிங் பிராண்டிங் உங்களுக்கும் உங்க ஐடியாவுக்கும் பண்ணி ஆகணும், ரைட்? ஸோ அதனால அந்த மாதிரி திங்க் பண்ணுங்க. ஓகே, இது இந்த ப்ராப்ளம் இந்த கரெக்டா அந்த ப்ராப்ளம் போயிட்டு இருக்கு, அந்த ஸ்பேஸ் டெக்ல இந்த ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்கா, அதை பேஸ் பண்ணி ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணி அந்த பர்டிகுலர் ப்ராப்ளத்துக்கு சொல்யூஷன் ப்ராப்ளம். ஓகே, ஸோ இந்த ப்ராப்ளம் ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் நீங்க ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸா இருக்கும்போது பேஸ்ட் ஆன் புக் சைட்ஸ் பொறுத்து நிறைய ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் இருக்கும். ஓகே, ஆனா that's not a problem. அந்த ப்ராப்ளம் ரியலாவே இருக்கான்னு சொல்லி you have to check it out first. ஓகே, அந்த சர்வே நீங்க தேடினா தான் கிடைக்கும், ஒரே இடத்துல உட்கார்ந்தா கிடைக்காது. ஓகே, நீங்க இந்த மாதிரி இப்போ யாராலும் அக்னிகுல் கிளாஸ் இருக்காங்க, பரத் இருக்காங்க, அண்ட் தென் இங்க யாழ் ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் இருக்காங்க, புலிடம் ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் இருக்காங்க, மொபைல் நெக்ஸ்ட் இருக்காங்க. இந்த மாதிரி ரீசன் மென்டார்ஸ் அவங்க என்ன பண்ணிட்டு சொல்லி யார் சர்ச்சிங் பண்றீங்க, அவங்க என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கான்னு சொல்லி பார்க்கறது, என்ன ப்ராப்ளம் ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணி அந்த ப்ராப்ளம் சால்வ் பண்ணிருக்காங்களா, யாருக்கு போய் சேர்ந்துச்சு, என்ன அந்த அவங்களோட ஓகே அவங்களோட அந்த எப்படி சக்சஸ் ஆனாங்க, என்ன மாதிரி ஃபெயிலியர். எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஒரு ஸ்டார்ட் அப் சக்சஸ் ஆனோம்னா நிறைய ஃபெயிலியர்ஸ் இருக்கணும். ஓகே, கண்டிப்பா ஒரு ஃபெயிலியர் தான் நெக்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டெப்ஸ் மூவ் ஆஃப் பண்ணுறோம். ஓகே, நிறைய இடத்துல நீங்க பிச் பண்ணணும். ஒரு ஈவெண்ட் ஒரு ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜில மேம் அருணா மேடம் இங்க ஆரம்பத்திலே பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. ஸோ ஐடியேஷன் எப்போ ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுதோ அப்போ you have to start your tech. அப்போ வந்து உங்க டெக்கை ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிட்டு அப்போ வந்து சர்வே மேக் பண்ணி அதுல வந்து உங்க டெக்கை வந்து ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணணும். அண்ட் யூ ஹேவ் அ பிசினஸ் மாடல் ஆல்சோ. ஒரு பிசினஸ் மாடல் பிஎம்சி அப்படின்னு இருக்கும். பிசினஸ் மாடல் கேன்வாஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஒரு போட்டு பையன் தெரியும் ஆன்லைன்ல. அது ஒரு 9 பாக்ஸ்ல வந்து வரும். ஒரு பாக்ஸ் போட்டு ஒரு 9 ஸ்டெப்ஸ் வரும். அந்த ஸ்டெப்ஸ்க்கே வந்து ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் கிளாஸஸ் இருக்கு. அது நாட் ஃபார் ஒன்லி கிளாஸஸ் மட்டும் எடுத்தா வராது. நீங்க அதை வந்து ஒர்க் அவுட் பண்ணணும். அதுக்குரிய கைட்லைன்ஸ் எல்லாமே நான் கொடுத்துருவோம். இப்போ நான் சொன்னாலே யார் யார் ஸ்பேஸ் மூலம் வருவாங்க சொல்லி அதுக்குரிய கைட்லைன்ஸ் நான்முதல் மூலமாகவோ சிக்கோ மூலமாகவோ டிக்கோ மூலமாகவோ ஸ்டார்ட் அப் டீம் மூலமாகவோ வி ஆர் ட்ரைனிங். ஸோ இப்போ நான் அனௌன்ஸ்மெண்ட் வந்து இப்போ எங்களுக்கு லாஸ்ட்டாக ஒரு பாஸ்ட் 2 வீக்ஸ் என்ன அனௌன்ஸ்மெண்ட் போயிட்டுன்னா வந்து ஸ்டார்ட் அப் டிஎம் இன்குபேட்டர் ஸ்டார்ட் அப்ஸ். நாங்கள் வந்து ஸ்டூடெண்ட் ஸ்டார்ட் அப் வந்து இன்குபேட் பண்ணலாம். இன்குபேட் பண்ணிட்டு உங்களை வந்து ஹேண்ட் ஹோல்டிங் சப்போர்ட் நாட் ஃபார் ஒன்லி பெரியார் டிஜியில் மட்டும் நாங்கள் இன்குபேட் பண்ணி எங்கள் மூலமாக இன்குபேட் பண்ணுறாங்கள தமிழ்நாட்டில் இருக்க 124 இன்குபேஷன்லேயே கனெக்ட் பண்ணிடுவோம். ரைட், உங்களோட வேலிடேஷன் அண்ட் உங்களோட ஒர்க்கிங் ஸ்டைல் பொறுத்து. ஓகே, சப்போஸ் யூ ஆர் ஹேவிங் எ வெரி குட் ப்ரோப்பர் கான்செப்ட். இதுல இந்த ஸ்பேஸ் டெக்ல வந்து பியூஸ் நான் நல்லா வச்சிருக்கேன், இதை நான் பெஸ்ட்டாக பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஐ ஆம் ஹேவிங் எ குட் ஐடியா அண்ட் ஐ ஆம் ஹேவிங் எ குட் கான்செப்ட் அபவுட் ஸ்பேஸ் டெக் அப்படின்னு நினைச்சீங்கன்னா யூ ஹேவ் டு கனெக்ட் த டிஃபரன்ஸ் கார்டாக. நான் சொன்னேன்ல இந்த 5 பிளேஸ்ல டிஃபரன்ஸ் கார்டாக நீங்கள் எங்கே ஒர்க் பண்ணணும்னு நினைச்சாலும் அந்த கார்டாக நான் கனெக்ட் பண்ணிடுவோம். ஸோ எஸ்டர்டே கூட வந்து எம்எஸ்எம்இ மினிஸ்டர் நம்ம டேரக்டாக வந்து சிடிஐன்னு சொல்லி கோயம்புத்தூர் கொடிசியா டிஃபென்ஸ் இன்குபேஷன் அண்ட் நடந்த இன்குபேஷன் மிஷன் இருக்கு. அங்கே போய் டேரக்டாக விசிட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. ஸோ ஆல்மோஸ்ட் நிறைய இனோவேஷன் இந்த மாதிரி ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் இனோவேஷன் நிறையா போயிட்டு இருக்கு. ஸோ வி ஆர் வெல்கமிங் யுவர் ஐடியாஸ். நாங்கள் வேலிட் பண்ண ரெடியாக இருக்கோம். நீங்கள் வாங்க, மென்டாரிங் நாங்களே கொடுக்குறோம், ரூட் கேம்ப் நாங்களே கண்டக்ட் பண்ணுறோம். பட் யூ ஆர் ஹேவிங் எ குட் ஐடியா அண்ட் தென் அதில் ஒர்க் பண்ணுறதுக்கு நீங்கள் ரெடியாக இருக்கணும். ஓகே, ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டே ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு செகண்ட் டே ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு ஒரு 1 month கூட ஒர்க் பண்ணி 1 month ஒர்க் பண்ணுறதுக்கு போட்டு போயிடுவாங்க. ஓகேவா? தட் இஸ் நாட் குட். ஃபெயிலியர் ஆகத்தான் செய்யும். ஓகே, எவ்ரி ஃபெயிலியர் இஸ் அ சக்ஸஸ் திங் ஆஃப் நெக்ஸ்ட் டைம். ஓகே, அதான் வந்து நீங்கள் புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். ஓகே,
Thank you, Dr. Kapoor. For want of time, just I conclude with Venkato. Just 2 minutes.
அகாடமியாவோட சஜஷன் சொல்லலாம் பார்த்தேன். மோர் ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் கான்ஃபரன்சஸ், மந்த்லி வெபினார்ஸ். உங்களுக்கு இப்போ வெபினார் கண்டக்ட் பண்ணதெல்லாம் ஒரு பெரிய விஷயமே இல்லை. மதுரையில் இருக்கலாம், அவங்க சென்னையில் இருக்கலாம், பெங்களூர்ல இருக்கலாம், யூஎஸ்ல கூட இருக்கலாம். ஸோ aerospace departments they should take initiative to do monthly webinars, and then TBIs need to have a separate aero cell. Then startup encouragement in the mari program அல்லது skilling program, மாசம் ஒரு skilling program. entrepreneur ஆகிறது எப்படி அவங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி, அல்லது இப்போ ஃபெயிலியர் எப்படி ஃபேஸ் பண்றது, நாம அப்படியே எழுதி போய் உட்காந்துருமா மறுபடியும் மேலே வரமா. Then you can run magazines, internal magazines related to startup in aerospace. It can be a digital magazine. It can come with a lot of mistakes. அது நிறைய பிழை இருக்கலாம். ஆனா இந்த மாதிரி நீங்க பண்ண ஆரம்பிக்கும் போது your ideas will be channelized. அப்போ கொஞ்சம் ஷார்ப் ஆகும், நீங்களே பத்தி நீங்களே நிறைய புரிஞ்சுக்குவீங்க. Then attend aerothons, hackathon in aerospace, attend events like Baha, Supra and all that. All this will help you shape up as an engineer. Internals illa CGPA matram pathadu. We should celebrate National Space Day or Sonnamari. Then we should institute awards in the name of Space and Aerospace Scientists of India. This is one request I always keep for all the education institutions. அந்த அவார்டு வந்து 1000 ரூபாய்க்கானதா இருக்கலாம், 5000 ரூபாய்க்கானதா இருக்கலாம். ஒரு அப்துல் கலாம் அவார்டு ஏரோஸ்பேஸ்க்கு இருக்கணும், வீரமுத்துவேல் இருக்கணும், டாக்டர் சிவன் அவார்டு அப்படின்னு ஒன்று இருக்கணும். அப்போதான் வந்து ஜெனரேஷன்ஸ்க்கு we are taking it to the next generations. இந்த மாதிரி ஸ்டார்ட் அப் அவங்களால என்ன முடியுதோ அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு அவார்டு, பெஸ்ட் ஐடியா அவார்டு, அதுக்கு வந்து கலாம் சார் பேர் வைக்கலாம். அந்த மாதிரி if we keep reminding ourselves of the past history successes, then very soon we will become a success. So I'll stop here. Thank you.
Thank you.
ஸோ ரீசெண்டாக வந்து நம்ம இண்டஸ்ட்ரி ஸ்பேஸ் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி பாலிசி 2024 வந்து அனௌன்ஸ்மெண்ட் பார்த்துருவாங்க. கிட்டத்தட்ட 10 crore to 300 crore இன்சென்டிவ் இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் வந்து பண்ணுறது ரெடியாக இருக்காங்க. அனௌன்ஸ்மெண்ட் 2024 ஸ்பேஸ் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி பாலிசியில் வந்து உங்கள் ஸ்பேஸ் டெக் மட்டும் 10 crore to 300 crore வந்து இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ண ரெடியாக இருக்காங்க. Okay, so better you have to provide the good idea. Definitely, I will connect the industry policy team. Okay, யாரெல்லாம் கொடுக்குறாங்கன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஸ்பெஷல் யூனிவர்சிட்டி வென்ச்சர் கேபிட்டல் இருந்தாங்க துணிகிற முதலீட்டாளர் அவங்க நம்ம ஆன்போர்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். ஸ்பெஷல் யூனிவர்சிட்டி அனிகேட் கேபிட்டல் அண்ட் க்ரோவெக்ஸ் வென்ச்சர்ஸ். நீங்கள் ஐடியா பிச் பண்ணுங்க, நல்ல ஐடியா வந்தால் we are connecting.
Thank you. To conclude, actually, இப்போ இங்கே எல்லாமே தமிழில் சொன்னாலும் நானும் இது தமிழில் சொல்லிடுறேன். ஒரு ரேஸில் ஒரு சின்ன முன்னாடி ஒரு விளம்பரம் வரும் ஒரு ஆயில் கம்பெனிக்கு. ஒரு பையனுக்காக வந்து ரேஸில் ஜெயிச்சதுக்காக அம்மா ஒரு சீட் பண்ணிட்டு இருப்பாங்க. அப்பா வந்து கேட்டோன்னா ரேஸில் செகண்ட் வந்துட்டான் அப்படின்னு சொன்னாங்க. அப்படியா, வெரி குட் சொல்லிட்டு எத்தனை பேர் பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணாங்க? 2 பேர். ஸோ 2 பேர் ஓடி 2வது வர்றது வந்து அதுவே வந்து செலிப்ரேட் பண்ணாங்க. கிட்டத்தட்ட நீங்கள்லாம் வந்து அந்த மாதிரி இதெல்லாம் இருக்கீங்க. சார் சொன்ன மாதிரி 3000+ அப்ரூவ்டு அஃபிலியேட்டட் இன்ஸ்டியூட்ஸில் less than 300 தான் வந்து ஏரோஸ்பேஸ் அண்ட் ஏரோநாட்டிக்கல் இன்ஜினியரிங் கோர்சஸ் அவைலபிள். உங்களுடைய கான்செப்டை வந்து புரிஞ்சிட்டு உங்களோட கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு மற்ற இன்ஜினியரிங் கிராஜுவேட்ஸும் வரத்துக்கு ரொம்ப லேட் ஆகும். மேபி ஒரு எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ்டு இண்டஸ்ட்ரியலிஸ்ட் ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு வரவங்க வேணால் வரலாம். மற்றபடி உங்களுக்கு வந்து உங்களோட பியர் காம்படிஷன் வந்து ரொம்ப ரொம்ப கம்மி தான். நீங்கள் வந்து உங்களுக்கு ஒரு கிரவுண்டு ரொம்ப பெருசாக இருக்குது, க்ரௌடு கம்மியாக இருக்குது. வேற கவர்மெண்ட் சப்போர்ட் வந்து க்ரோர்ஸில் இருக்குது. இன்வெஸ்டர்ஸ் ஆல்சோ இப்போ ஐடியை தாண்டி இப்போ ஸ்பேஸ் ஏரோ டிஃபென்ஸ்னால் இன்வெஸ்டரும் ரொம்ப கீனாக இருக்காங்க. ஏன்னா அதனுடைய மார்க்கெட் சைஸ் தெரியும். நான் ஏற்கனவே சொன்ன மாதிரி ஒரு 3 லட்சம் கோடி ரூபாய் இந்த உலக மார்க்கெட்டில் இந்தியாவில் வந்து இப்போதைக்கு 60,000 கோடி தான் நம்ம வந்து பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். 60,000 கோடிங்க 3 லட்சம் கோடிங்க. இப்போ அட்லீஸ்ட் நான் 5 வருஷத்துல வந்து அது ஒரு 28 லட்சம் கோடி வரைக்கும் கொண்டு போகணும் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு டார்கெட்ல இருக்கும். ஸோ உங்களுக்கு எல்லாமே வந்து பிளண்டியா இருக்கு. என்னன்னா சாப்பாடு நிறைய இருக்கு, சாப்பிட்ற ஆளுங்க கம்மியா இருக்கு. அதனால நீங்க சூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். நீங்க என்ன ஐடியா எடுத்தாலும் அது வந்து இயர்லி பேர்ட் அப்படிங்கிற கான்செப்ட்ல நீங்க என்ன ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்றீங்களோ அதுதான். அதை வச்சு நீங்க வந்து ஒரு இண்டஸ்ட்ரி வந்து நிச்சயமா டெவலப் பண்ண முடியும். அதனால இந்த அட்வான்டேஜ் இதை நீங்க இப்போ கிராப் பண்ணிக்கலன்னா அடுத்தடுத்த பேட்ச் வந்து காம்படிஷன் அதிகமாயிட்டே இருக்கும். அதனால டேக் அ டெசிஷன், மூவ் ஃபார்வர்ட். யூ ஹாவ் a lot of support starting from the university. நம்ம யூனிவர்சிட்டி எப்பயுமே வந்து அகடமிக் ஈக்குவலாக அதர் ஆக்டிவிட்டீஸ்க்கும் நம்ம வந்து சப்போர்ட் பண்ணுறோம். ஸ்டூடெண்ட் இன்குபேஷன், ப்ரீ இன்குபேஷன்லேருந்து நீங்கள் வந்து படிக்கும்போதே நீங்கள் ஸ்டார்ட் அப் பண்ணலாம். உங்களுக்கு ஸ்பேஸ் தரதுலேருந்து சீட் மணி கொடுக்குறதுலேருந்து எல்லா சப்போர்ட் இங்கே இருக்குது. அதை தாண்டி வெளியில் போகும்போது கவர்மெண்ட் சப்போர்ட் ஸ்டார்ட் அப் டீம்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. அவங்களே சில இன்சென்டிவ்ஸ் வச்சுருக்காங்க. அப்புறம் ஸ்கில்லிங் நான் முதல்வன் இந்த மாதிரி எல்லா சப்போர்ட்டும் இருக்குது. இப்போ நம்ம இந்த ஈவெண்ட்னால நம்ம இன்ஸ்டியூட்டுக்கு வந்து நிறைய இண்டஸ்ட்ரி கனெக்டும் வருது. ரைட் ஃப்ரம் தி பேனலிஸ்ட் அண்ட் அதர் ஸ்பீக்கர்ஸ் ஆஃப் டுடே. இப்போ எல்லாருமே வந்து ஓகே நம்ம அங்கே போனோம், அங்கே ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்லாம் பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னு ஒரு ரிசப்டிவ் மைண்டோட இருப்பாங்க. அந்த மைண்டு ரிசப்டிவாக இருக்கிறதுக்குள்ளாட்டி நீங்கள் அங்கே போய் நீங்கள் ஒரு கண்டென்ட்டை வந்து அவங்களுக்கு வந்து சொல்லணும். அப்போ தான் அது வந்து இந்த பாண்ட் வந்து ஸ்ட்ராங் ஆகும். ஸோ எவ்வளோக்கு எவ்வளோ சீக்கிரமாக நீங்கள் வந்து இதை ஒரு பாசிட்டிவாக எடுத்துக்கிட்டு ஒரு ஐடியா ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்ணுறீங்களோ அவங்களுக்கு எவ்வளோ சான்சஸ் ஆர் பிரைட் ஃபார் யூ டு வின் தி ரேஸ். ஓகே, வித் தட் for time consideration we have to conclude before 1 hour. Thank you very much for the audience, and also I thank all the panelists. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all the panelists for your elaborate speech, and I think so our participants and audience got more info about the startup and ecosystem of Tamil Nadu, especially towards our Indian economy. It's time to honor our panel members. I will call upon Dr. Thanjavur sir, the chairman of technical committee of the seminar, and HOD Aeronautical Department of KCT, to honor Venkatraju sir of Mobility NXT with a memento. I request you to honor Dr. P. Karpanan, Project Lead, Startup Team. Next, I will call upon our HOD Aerospace Engineering, Dr. Aikath Subramanian sir, to honor Shah Bharat Prabhu, COO, Vimana Labs India Private Limited, with a memento. Also requesting to honor Mr. Shiva Prasad of Millennium Aerospace Technologies, co-founder of Millennium Aerospace Technologies. Thank you. I request Sanjeev sir and Karthik sir to honor our moderator, Arna ma'am, with a memento. Thank you, ma'am, for your moderating. I request all the panelists to join with ma'am to have a group photo. We got the person to moderate this panel session. Thank you so much. With this note, let us move on to the next session. Next session is going to be delivered by Mr. Karthik Somshekhar, Application Engineer of Altair. Topic: Fly High with the Altair Simulation. The session will be chaired by Dr. N. Subramanian, Council Member, ASDB IEI, and also co-chaired by Dr. J. Ashok Babu, Chief Aviation Analyst, Pune Aerospace Technologies. So, you have presentation, right? Right. So, in 2 minutes, we will start this presentation. Thank you.
Sir, I don't think the last cake in the middle.
Yes, sure, thank you. Unlike the gentleman who presented from the morning, I don't have any rich experience. I have a late experience. Okay, I'm Karthik Somasekharan. I work as application engineer for Altair. I joined the company 2 years back. I basically work with all the defense and let's say defense accounts. Okay, I've been to CVRD, Combat Vehicle Research Development Establishment. To put it in aerospace, I've been into NAL, National Aerospace Laboratory, HAL, Vikram Sarabhai Space Center in Trivandrum. Okay, and then I also handle some of the tier 1, which means like startups, tier 1, tier 2 companies, and then a little bit into the academics. So that is my basic experience. I have 4 years of experience, and I'm pretty much of people like you. If my college puts me to a presentation, I'll not be in the first place, I'll never be in the last place as well, but I'll be in the middle somewhere. I'll be thinking, I'll be my own dreams and imagination. Okay. So I can be the perfect example for you too. You cannot be the starter. Okay, I'll tell you, my grade is 7.3 in my bachelor's. Due to my parents' pressure, I did my master's in Bits Pilami. Again, it is 7.3 there. 7.3 happened to be my lucky number. So 7.3 is a grade that I have, but still, you can end up in a unicorn company like me. Okay, also like Altair or Angelo or whatever. Okay, so the point I'm trying to make is, so this 2 days workshop can be a good eye opener for you. You can understand what are the trends and challenges that is there in the organization, that is there in the market. Of course, I'm not going to talk about the market, but I'll be talking on what is the my company is all about and how it represents the pain points of a typical drone or startup somewhere. So, okay, Altair as a company is basically from Michigan, Troy, that is United States. Started as an engineering consulting company for NASA alone, only NASA. So I've been told the people are from aerospace background, so you should have come across something called as finite element analysis, right? FEA subject. Okay, so Altair as a company started with developing codes for NASA in that, and then they have commercialized it by selling it to the big threes: General Motors, Ford, Fiat, Chrysler. Again, they sit with Troy region. So now we have acquired a lot of software, and then we have developed a lot of software inorganically and organically as well. Little bit on the vision, it keeps changing from the trend to trend. Okay, so if you see, if you get into Altair website after 5 years, of course it will be changing. Okay, it's like we try to stick with the industry demand, what it asks for. So again, to reiterate the fact that Dr. S. Pandian was mentioning, now the process, we are beyond the industry 4.0. Okay, like we have something on data analytics, machine learning, Internet of Things. Again, most of the simulation companies venture into it. Of course, we are also into it. Okay, now digital things are there, machine learning, Internet of Things, cyber security, everything. Okay, just not for exaggeration, I'm sorry. We have 29, we have 80 offices in 29 countries, and the revenues and it keeps growing because it's a listed company, so we are being made to post all these things. That's why it is. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. I'll not bore you. I'll not speak much about the company or what we are doing. I'll just try to get into what is the pain points that a drone companies or drone startups or aerospace segments can face. Okay, this is the predominant bread and butter design and simulation. So the logo also kind of fills all the three again. Okay, a logo has been like 4 or 5 logos has been changed from the past 10 years. So the first triangle is design and simulation. The second one is data analytics and artificial intelligence. Okay, now imagine, let's say I'm developing, I'm manufacturing a drone. Okay, unexpectedly due to my astrology, it was my luck. I've done a huge business. Okay, what I can do is I can go with data analytics. I can see when was the best sale happened, how it is behaving irrespective of different climatic conditions, because it's a drone, right? You cannot expect same weather every time. There can be any season. There can be peak summer in Chennai. There can be cloudy conditions. So that is where data analytics comes in. Okay, we have softwares for it. What you can do is you can fetch data from anywhere. Okay, now if you're selling it, of course you're going to do a SWOT analysis and everything with that. You can predict it. So we have 3-4 softwares for it, and then we have acquired a tool called as Rapid Minutes. You can explore it later. So that is one among the leading data analytics tool that is there in the market. So we have acquired it 2 years back. And then HPC and cloud, this talks about simulation. Yeah. Now you can assume yourself to be a drone manufacturer. Okay, now let's say you had some inspiration with this 2 days events. Now, if you wanted to manufacture a drone company, or like you want to start your own company, what can be the typical problems? Just I try to put it in a single slide. I'll just try to open everything and then I'll say. Okay, so first is agility. Agility is nothing but movement. Okay, whenever you turn on the battery, if you start it, it should fly. Okay, now how it flies? Everything, nothing works with mathematics and science. Of course, I know that that would have rooted you to take engineering. So now again, you can talk about basic science, aerodynamic principle. Everything tears up the air and then it flies out. So like automotives, again aerospace, they rely on the aerodynamic principle aspect. Now first thing on the agility part. Now if you have a drone, how it is going to behave, how it is going to fly. So of course, you people being aerospace engineers, you should know pitch, yaw, roll motions and everything, right? That is the basic one. Without that, they cannot fly because it's a multi-body dynamic application. You need the road data, how it is working, how it is going to run, how it is going to fly and everything. That is agility. Autonomous, you are expected to be quite different from the other because we are seeing like 100, 200 drone companies are there. Just try to be different in one or the other way. Don't get into surveillance or don't get into agricultural defense. Try to be unique. So that is where you can become a monopoly as well. And something on the stability and controls. Okay, that can apply to some basic things. Now this is a plastic component. If I drop it to this, of course it is going to break because the velocity can be high, the gravity is there. So based on that, it is going to, the kinetic energies and inertial energies, potential energies are going to change. So now again, sorry. Yeah. So because of that, you are expected to do some. You are expected to follow some homologation. Okay, for car companies, if you have seen an advertisement in newspapers, let's say if you are seeing advertisement on a Tata Punch or anything, you should see some 5 stars or 4 stars. Okay, that is not like how it looks. Okay, that is something on the crash worthiness. Let's say if a driver is driving at some 70 kilometers per hour, unexpectedly he goes and hits somewhere. Now, what safety does the car gives to the passenger as well as the people who are driving in the car? Okay, that are the safety standards that you see it in the 4-star or 5-star, whatever. Indian government is trying to implement Bharat standards for it. Of course, it is going to take time for that. Lightweight and structures. I have one more interesting slide on that. I'll talk about it. So whatever you manufacture as a mass, it's a bulk thing. So you can identify the removal of removing, like you can reduce the weight or something. Okay, so that can be the lightweight structures and range. Of course, electric vehicle is getting started. Two-wheelers companies like Ola, Ather, Weber, most of the companies are becoming well-established companies. So what basically differentiates them? So now if I buy a two-wheeler, electric two-wheeler, what is pretty much important for it? Of course, I'm very fed up with paying the petrols, so that is why I'm preferring battery electric vehicles. So now the basic thing, that is range of the battery. If you charge it for a single time, how long it is going to be, like how much kilometer it can travel. The same applies to your phone. Everything. So battery and everything is a recent thing, so you can try to correlate with everything. Power, of course, once the motor is triggered, how the battery is going to perform. Some of the drones can be motor driven as well, so that we have again power simulation too. Safety, endurance is nothing but the lifetime. How long the drone is going to be there, so that you can study. And V2X is nothing but the communication. So how the drone communicates to the antenna placement. Now there is this pointer, how it points out to the screen. Again, it is all V2X. And then the payload characteristics. These are pretty much challenges that people in the industry they face them much. That is where simulation companies are there. Okay, because you don't want to do most of the things experimentally. You can use simulation tools. You can reduce the runtime of that. So how the market has evolved now, that's where I said 2020 is all like simulation driven design. Industry 4.0, now we have crossed over. Okay, no more doing like we are trying to relax and reduce the efforts that we are doing in experimental labs. We rely on the historical data that we have and then we can try to simulate to that. So that is where towards zero prototypes unless and until it is pretty much new to the entire organization, you can just rely on historical data and simulate. Okay. So this I have been forced to add this particular slide because in association with IEEE, IAA, my company is also sponsoring an event. So that is on. I skip few slides. Yeah. So people who have studied finite element analysis and strength of materials in your department, in your college days, can participate for this event. The event name is All-Day Optimization Challenge. Again, so it's only for students. We are not trying to bring in the professors or PhD guys or someone. It's only for the students. So the basic is, if you know strength of materials, you know how the cantilever beam works and everything. With analysis, you can go for optimization. Interest is that you want to reduce something that can be of that can be of your interest, and then you can simulate it. Okay, you can of course we are also opening. We have a stall there. You can collect the brochures from us if it interests you. We are doing this for third year now. Only this time we have been associated with the college. Predominantly it was a global. It's a all India event that we do. That's the now it's a new challenge to us. We are participating with the college. So now again I'll try to speak something on your strength of materials and finite element analysis. Okay. So you know your FEA basically is you are discretizing your CAD geometries into nodes and elements. For each and every element corresponding to the shape functions of the nodes, partial differential equations will be computed. Your stiffness matrix, everything will be computed. That is how your partial differential equations will work. Okay, I don't know if mathematics 2 something is there in your curriculum. You would have studied something on PDEs, partial differential equation. So that is the basic mathematics behind any FPA course that it works. Okay. So with that, we have a tool called as SimSolid. Now it involves FEA, but there is no FEA, which means like you don't have to discretize your structures. The point I'm trying to say is, if I have a CAD geometry with me, I can import this into SimSolid directly. I can simulate it. Okay, I don't have to discretize it. People can relate. Whoever have worked on FEA, I don't have to discretize it. So it's all time consuming because based on the equations and notes, my CPU is going to run for a huge amount of time. It's going to take too much of time. Now if you see this, so this is all the use assembly and this is a thing that you see it on your typical airplane. So I can say that I can simulate this within 30 minutes, not more than that. With SimSolid, within 30 minutes or given a time of 2 hours, I can simulate ample number of iterations. Okay, I can use SimSolid to predict first of all like how the deformation is going to be, and then of course if I have experimental data or a proper correlated data from my FEA software, I can compare it. I can do n number of iterations with this. Okay, so this is in this way you don't have to spend too much time in learning the software. That's the point I'm trying to say. I'm trying to make here. Okay. And then we have something called as Inspire. So Inspire is what the contest is all about as well. So with Inspire, if you have an idea, if you want to draw it, you can draw it. If you want to analyze it, okay, that is where the FEAs and strength of materials comes. If you want to analyze it, you can analyze it, and then you can optimize it. So that in line with the contest, so you can go for the optimization aspect. Now imagine this structure. No product developer can come up with the idea of this, okay? Because all you can have is some kind of cylinder that can support the joints. So by doing optimization, software is going to give you like multiple iterations which can be manufactured. Okay, software is nothing but software sees like whatever the garbage you throw in, it is going to throw out the garbage. Okay, that is the software. But if I get this particular change, whether this is manufacturable or not, that is one important. Okay, because I cannot go with the imaginary shape which is not at all manufacturable. So that is where the manufacturability also comes in picture. So Inspire takes care of it. Again, so Inspire as a family caters with all these simulations. So if you have come across the manufacturing technologies, I don't know if it is plain aeronautics. So for all the casting, metal forming, extrusion, foaming, we have simulation tools for it. It's like 4 or 5 options to use it. You can just run it out. So now I hope you can understand how a simulation company can help a particular drone company. Okay, because we might be very strong in the fundamentals. I know how my drone is going to be down the line for 4-5 years, but how it is going to behave, that is the important thing. So every time I don't have to rely on the experimental data and calculations. That is where the simulation companies get in. Okay, so by using simulation, you can directly use your historical data and then predict, or you can just mesh it, solve it out, without mesh, solve it out. However you can just play along with the software. Okay, I talked about the challenges as well. I will try to skip. So now I'll try to explain you how you can correlate exactly. Okay, now this is the drone. What if unexpectedly it falls on a human head? Okay, it is expected because I may have a manufacturing plant, some malfunctions can be there. What will happen? So that I can do with explicit simulation tool called as radios. Of course, ANSYS people are there. They have a code called as LS Dyna that is pretty powerful. You can use any of the tools. And then so you can use, let's say, Dr. Pandyan has spoken something on unmanned aerial vehicles. Okay, so different organizations like CAPS, Center for Airborne Systems, basically in Bangalore, they do unmanned aerial vehicles. Okay, so it's just control. If they fire it, it has to go and hit it within 4 minutes or 5 minutes over a period of time. So it doesn't follow any controls except when you just hit the power button, it is going to hit the target. So in that way, let's say the drone is flying unexpectedly. If it's a bird, what will happen? So that is where we model it as special particle, food particle hydrodynamics. You can just take this as the reference, and I mean this is the impact test. The drone is operated, what if it impacts the wall or roof or something, so that you can make sense with it. So most of the drones will be composites. It will not be aluminum or steel. It can be composites, or it can be fibers. Okay, carbon reinforced fibers. Likewise, so in that way, because composites are heterogeneous material, which means like unlike steel or aluminum, wherever I check, I will not have a uniform material properties. My inch modulus densities, they will change. Poisson's ratios will change. So that is where we have a tool called as multi-scale designer. With this, we can do forward homogenization, which means I only know I will have the fiber and matrix properties. I can take material properties according to this slice by modeling it as a small cell diagram. Again, we do inverse axis. Motions are like talked about it. Now you can just make some basic things. Okay. This is one case study we have worked with the National Aerospace Laboratory in Bangalore. If you take a drone, it's a symmetric structure. So if you see it in the left hand side, the right hand side is the same. That is why we work with one particular section. Okay, so it has everything: pitch, motion, yaw, roll. So there will be small actuators that will influence the motion of it. So that is being predicted here. Okay, and simultaneously you have to understand what if the pitch, yaw, roll motions behave in a single time. Okay, I'm trying to say this particular motion involving pitch, yaw, roll will happen within a 0.5 millisecond or 0.1 second based on the ranges that how you are operating. Okay, so of course you can have the hand load calculations, you can do experimentally, analytically, however you want. But with software, predominantly the codes based out of the FPAs, you can rely on the software. Okay, something on being the aerospace team, I'll talk about the computational fluid dynamics, sectional aerodynamics, and everything. So we have a general purpose COP tool called as Aviation. It almost takes care of the entire thing around the conduction, convection, radiation, everything. So we have recently acquired a tool called as FlightSync. It's a US company, but the developer is based out of Pune. 6 months back we have acquired it. It's basically a surface panel method. So unlike your basic finite volume codes, finite volume method codes, it directly operates on the surface panel. So Akisol is being used as a third software. I can say there is Star CCM, that is very globally powerful, and of course we have answers fluent with us in this presentation in this event. So their second star system is like pretty much powerful. Next to answers fluent, we stand in the market as well. Okay, we'll go something on the electromagnetics part. So if something on the electronics or communication, if you wanted to discuss. So it basically, if you can use it to understand where you have to place the antenna. So now you are receiving some signal. Your the speed of the RTL can differ from 0. It is all because of the antenna placements, how far they are placed, and what is the speed, what is the transmission that you are getting. Everything can be done with the simulation tools. Okay, so something on the electronics, what I can say, PCBs. I don't know if you are interested in the PCB. Let's say if I have to operate it through a motor and the motherboard and everything, sometimes you have to think of PCBs actually. We don't have an electronic CAD tool with us, but we have something called as POLEX. With POLEX, we can do the design for assembly and design for manufacturing. Of course, electronic CAD, however you connect it, software as a garbage, it is going to get connected. Okay, but whether it is manufacturable or not, whether you can assemble it or not, you can use this tool to predict it. Okay, so this is where we are different from the competitors. Okay, because even though we are like 5 or 10 years late to the market, we have a licensing system that pretty much differs from the competitors that we deal with. Since it's academics, I will not talk about that. Okay, so now on last slide, if you can focus on, I'll try to help you like how you can get into this if you don't want to start a company from your side. Global customers, I'll not talk about Boeing, Airspace, GKN, all those things. I'll talk about this slide and I can talk about this. So for this, of course, you have to write a GATE exam. You have to look for the notifications that either on their websites or you can refer the newspapers. It all starts from, it can be junior research fellows. Okay, the gateway is graduate aptitude test in engineering. Without that, they will not even consider your application. So you need a good score in the GATE as well again, and whatever the entrance exams they conduct, you have to crack it. Okay, so this is the gateway to get into defense as far as defense in India are concerned. Talking about the private sectors. Okay, so E-plane and Daksha, Garuda, they 3 are in Chennai, I can say. Skydot is in Hyderabad. They sit very near to the airport of Hyderabad. And then Blue Aerospace and Guru Aerospace are also there in Hyderabad. I've focused in some of the startups from Bangalore because I don't have a university to put their images here. So E-plane, of course, they are having their brain. Okay, the founder who has started E-plane, Professor Satya Chakravarti, is embracing this event tomorrow at the same time. So you can interact with them. I had the fortune to meet them twice in his building. So E-plane, I'll just try to brief you so that you can understand tomorrow. It's a flying air taxi. Okay, now you see, I hope people would have heard something on Porter, Swiggy, Zomato. What they do, they carry one goods from one place to another place. Okay, now E-plane is working on the same thing. They have 2 different variants, E20 and then, I'm sorry, I'll not say the number, E20 is absolutely wrong. And then they have something on the 200 kg payloads as well. The 200 kg payload is where the flying air taxi is. Now if I have to go from here to Chennai, I can use it. Okay, now they are currently working with DGCA for all the formations and everything. They have a manufacturing setup near Chengalpet, and then they sit with IET Madras. I closely work with them. I have 4 years of experience working with E-plane structures thing basically. So that's what I wanted to say. If you wanted to start a drone company, if you have idea, you can connect with IITM Incubation Center. Okay, IIT Madras has their own incubation center in Tiruvannamalai. They have their incubation center. It's like you can sit there, you can build your prototypes for 3 years. Okay, no restrictions, nothing. We have a MOU with IIT Incubation. So if you have an idea, if your idea makes simulation requirements, you can use our tools free for 6 months. Okay. I'm talking about like with 6 months, our software costs somewhere around like 55 lakhs. That can be used freely. That is how E-plane has used. So Now they are giving us 2.5 crore business every year. Okay. And Skyroot again, people from space application centers in Ahmedabad, they came out and then they started it. So last week they have celebrated 6 years of Skyroot. Daksha Murugappa Group has acquired them. Okay, you know BSA Hercules, all those cycles, right? So Murugappa is the parent company for them. They are also venturing into electric autos. I don't know if you see the name Montra, it belongs to Murugappa. And then they are into electric tractors. So Daksha is being acquired by them. Garuda Aerospace, again it is in Chennai. Perry Institute or Perry Management. Agni College, they fund it and then they own Garuda Aerospace asset. Okay. So for everywhere, if you want to get in, there are two ways: either to do an internship or to start yourself as a fresher beginner. You can explore their websites. The advantage of taking our learnings in the software is we will post your resume through the HRs who generally recruit, so they can try to fetch an asset. Yep. So this can be skipped because I already spoke with the startups here. So let's say if it interests you again, so we offer some 60-70% discount to the startups, particularly in the aerospace. So that is where it is the aerospace startup acceleration program. So you can use it for 30% subsidy, like for 1 year or something. So it's the what we can give to the startups, because every unicorns was once a startup, every master was once a beginner. So based on that, we had some idea. We have implemented this for the past 2 years, and we are getting some good traction from it. This is I can see someone standing. I'll wait for a minute. Of course, we follow some regulations. We just don't give, like, if the name is new, we will not give it. We follow some protocols to issue it. Okay, thanks for your time. I hope so. I was able to take, I was able to throw some light on what your career can be. Of course, I cannot decide it, but thanks for listening. Thanks for it.